The Wild Wild West.
Ready, go. What the fuck, Sean? Ryan Long, dude. What's up?
In the building, dude. We got you know what? Actually, I just got I was on the dip pods that you told me to get on, and then I had to quit those because they were taking over my life.
These
Two cigarettes per pod, he tells me.
Yeah, they
Really?
are. They're too much. I'm addicted to them.
Who's all addicted to Nick?
Lucy's.
And it's a
Might
weird
as well
one.
throw it out there.
I'm also getting addicted to
I'm on
podcast
Lucy's.
sponsors, dude. I'm laughing at that Kratom guy.
You're just like substance, dude.
I'm sitting here addicted to these substances. I'm shilling out to the fucking people. Now I'm addicted.
Are you addicted to are you addicted to Lucy's?
Yeah, they're good.
They'll come out with a new product to help everyone get off Lucy's. That'll be
Yeah,
nice. Hey
I'm
guys,
gonna
are
need
you
that.
addicted?
Are you addicted to the shit we gave you?
No, they got you constantly on the run right now.
The what?
From one thing to another. You
Yeah.
go from cigarettes to vapes to
True.
Then you go back on cigarettes. Then you go back on the pod, which is two cigarettes.
Good for Philip Morris though, just sticking with it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's fucking evil, dude.
Dude, and then eventually
They were
you
like, no.
No, Lucy rules. We're not disparaging our
we're not.
sponsor.
What's
but
Lucy?
It's our sponsor,
Let me
dude.
tell you
Because I
something,
always thought you were talking about a Lucy cigarette, like what 6ix9ine was ratting on people for.
No.
That's illegal, dude.
yeah,
You would never
that's illegal.
sponsor illegal sale of cigarettes.
There's one guy that sells Lucy's in my neighborhood, but he literally fingers them all up with his hands.
Oh, God.
And I asked him twice, I go, hey, if you're going to give me cigarettes, can you touch it with not the filter? Keeps handing to
Oh,
you.
you're mad at the guy selling Lucy's? You're complaining about service? To a
Careful.
fucking
You be careful
You're
though.
grabbing
That's a
the
risky
filter.
business.
Lucy's?
Sale of Lucy's, yeah.
Selling Lucy's in New York will get you fucking strangled
Get
to
you
death
fucked
by
up,
the
yeah.
cops, dude.
Yeah, that two got fucked up.
You got the death penalty for that.
He did.
These guys don't care. They have a lighter attached to the thing, ready to go. You light it in the store.
Oh, they light it for you?
Oh, they don't
That's
care.
kind
Damn.
of, that's actually kind of nice.
You live in Brooklyn?
It's great. No, this is East Village.
Oh, nice.
He's got the lighter. Yeah. Most like you'll be just normal people coming in to buy the paper, and some guys, lighting a cigarette on the string.
It's kind of gentlemanly though.
It is.
If I owned a convenience store, I would just like sell that guy cigarettes, and like, yo, sell Lucy's outside and light everyone when they come out, give them a little light. That's a nice touch.
It is a nice touch. The funny part is most people that buy the Lucy's, they buy 2 or 3 and they keep it in the same pack. So they always have 1 pack of cigarettes. They just like refill it 3 at a time.
Kind of nice.
Nice little racket they got going on.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I'm glad I never got addicted to nicotine. Very happy.
It's nice.
I'm telling you, I might start. I might get into it.
It is funny that people go back to cigarettes.
I think it's more of a getting into in your 30s thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too.
That's when I started doing coke.
30s.
Once I hit my 30s, I was like, it's time for me to
You
invest
hit your
in
stride.
doing cocaine. See how that does.
Yeah, that's not. I guess that's not a bad one. The wait at least until
Wait.
you're at least you're more mature.
Wait until my heart's mature.
Yeah, get your heart nice.
Get very overweight, and then it's like, all right, now it's time.
Frontal cortex is formed of your heart.
Yes, now it's
Yeah,
time.
It's a bad one to get caught up on.
Cocaine?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a rough one.
it's a bad one. Especially
almost-
when it completely takes a hold of a person. It fucking stinks.
Takes a hold of girls hard too.
Oh man,
Girls
yeah, it
get
does.
rocked by coke.
Cocaine.
Dude, it's everything they need. It's perfect.
It really
They're like, I don't
is.
eat anything. They don't eat. I've seen girls like go gray in complexion from coke.
They get beezed up.
They get beat.
Our buddy Six, you know Brian Six.
Yeah.
Anytime he gets on drugs, his face just goes gray. He loses all blood. Dude.
Becomes a vamp.
It's fucking crazy.
He's sort of a red guy to begin with, too.
He is
right?
red, and then he'll just come in a room, and you'll be like, "Oh fuck, dude, what happened?" He's like, "What?" Yeah, what? Oh,
Yeah, dude, that's girls. First of all, love coke. And
Adderall is
it-
girls. Now they're all
that's
added
their
up.
like. They all went back to like 1950s when we used to give housewives like. Remember that we used to give housewives like
Adderall
Valium
is
and
designed.
fucking
It's
meth.
perfect for ladies. They just clean and don't eat.
They can get a mean though. They,
You just
they
get
can
a perfect, and then they get a little nasty,
They get
dude.
cranky, dude.
They
The
run out of
girls
their
are on the-
Adderall. And then they stop cleaning and they start munching and they sit there, dude.
Start munching.
They start fucking munching and they start yapping at you.
I can tell too. I remember dating a girl that and they'd always be like, "I'm not on." I go, "Listen, I don't care. We're not even that like
Yeah.
in a relationship yet." And she goes, "I never did." Blah blah. And you go, "Is a visibly different person." You go, two completely different people.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when people try to hide their drugs.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Like my sister was trying to hide that she was on heroin. It was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough
She
one.
was just like,
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, what are you doing?
The
She'd be
best
like,
is hiding it from people who don't care. Yeah, you go, I'm not your girlfriend. If
Yeah.
you want to do coke, do coke,
Yeah.
dude. I don't care.
Dude, the best. My friend would do. I think at the time I think it was heroin, but he would like have one beer and be like,
Yeah,
he'd
it's
be like, dude, I'm just tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
dude.
That
my-
Coors Light took me down.
that's when we realized my sister was doing it because it was at a Christmas party and she had like 2 glasses of wine.
Yep.
And then we went to Sheets. And when we were driving, my other sister was driving and came up to a red light, and my sister was sitting shotgun and had nodded off. Just smacked her head on the dash.
Oh.
And we were like, what? She's like, I'm just tired from the wine. We're like, you
Yeah.
had 1 glass, dude.
Yeah. Something else.
You're
is
on
going
heroin.
That'd
Pretty
be
fun.
That'd be nice for the Christmas party. Imagine like a nice sweater.
Holy fuck, dude.
Cookies are
Christmas
going.
lights, just sitting there with all your family. You're on heroin.
Yeah. I don't know.
I give her credit. I mean, she stopped doing it. So
Yeah.
that's a good run.
I was telling Sean my brief run with opiates. I weren't for me, but I remember it's like,
What did you do?
I was just selling perks. So like my one friend was like, dude, you have to try these things.
One for you, one for me.
Yeah, I took like a 15 milligram Rockaset or something, and then I took a 10 milligram Percocet, and then I drank syrup. And I was like, I was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was laying on a futon, just like floating in
That
my body. It's
seems-
pretty nuts.
Straight up cough syrup, or is there some?
It's pro meth. It's pro meth. I was slanging that syrup.
What's that? What does that mean? I'm picturing like,
Promethazine's a purple drink.
but not just.
Not
It's not
the
just
NyQuil.
regulation. Like you have to get it from a guy. Sort of cough
No,
syrup.
It was
wasn't
prescription.
Sipping
Nice.
NyQuil.
I was sipping syrup. Yeah, it wasn't DXM. I wasn't robo tripping. This was syrup. This was pancakes and syrup. I had
Real
the
deal.
motherfucking pill. I had the motherfucking pills. I had the motherfucking syrup. I was a
You ever
juice man
do any
from
of
it.
those drugs?
Did the oxys? I probably did a lot of, and I didn't
Jesus,
like.
Probably did. I
I
probably
was being
did.
a gentleman eating Percocets. Oxys are
Straight
pink
up,
stuff.
and I got them from.
I probably did a lot of oxys.
I had
Probably.
a bunch of like broken noses and stuff, and I kept getting prescribed oxy. So at one point, I had a
Oxycodone or
ton of them.
Oxycontin? Was it oxycodone or oxycodone?
Well, which one do they give you for that? Like
For
kind of
broken
stuff?
nose, not oxycontin.
Okay.
It's oxycodone.
Okay.
They're the same thing. Oxycontin is oxycodone, but it's like 80 milligrams.
But I was kind of liking them, but I was tweaking. I remember one time. I don't like them now, though.
I think people love them.
Dude, I was at that one point, I did like 3 days in a row. I would get up in the middle of the night and then I'll be kind of still tweaking on them. And then I would go to my computer. I go, I got to send this email to the guy, they're going to get me and blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, I got to shoot this off before I get back to bed. And I go, I can't find this guy's contact. And then I would kind of be like, what contact? What guy? Who am I sending
Maybe they
things
were
to?
giving you
I
oxycontin.
go, I don't even have a job.
Oh no,
Yeah, it gets you friggin' tweaked.
that's
Yeah,
terrible.
I've heard opiates make people angry. I know.
I'll
my
tell
one-
you that, dude. First-hand experience, dude. I had a grumpy sister.
Yeah, dude.
She was
She was
grumpy?
such a fucking grump.
Isn't
dude.
that just when she doesn't have it though?
No, if you're on opiates. My one friend said
That's even
Vicodin.
worse.
Vicodin specifically, he would take Vikes and then just be like pissed. he'd be at work. Just
Who's
like,
this for?
He'd just be at work and just be like, fuck, dude. He'd be a dickhead. And he's like, sorry, man. These Vikes make me fucking mean.
Stop taking them, dude.
He couldn't.
God, that sucks. Yeah. 'Cause that's what happened. Once you get like fully addicted, you're miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what other
You're like
thing?
taking it to not be sick, and then you're just mad the whole time.
Yeah, you're hooked
Let me
on
get my
Vikes.
coffee so I can get grumpy.
Yeah.
You don't talk to me after I had my coffee or before.
Or you have to constantly interact with pill dealers too. So shitty. It's nothing worse than hanging out with dudes who sell opiates. They are the biggest pieces of. I'm saying this, including myself back in the day. It's just the.
Were you a
biggest,
jerk?
I used to sell Suboxone and OxyContin. So when people would try to get off OxyContin, I'd be like, "Well, here's Suboxones," and I would sell those.
Damn, you probably killed a couple people.
Yeah, dude.
You probably
People would sell you Suboxones to try to get oxys. So I'd be like,
a
"I'll
little
and
trade, dude.
They're pretty.
like the Oregon
They're at
Trail.
your mercy. It's a buyer's
That's
market.
a hustle.
Oh, dude, dudes would take Suboxones just to get fucked up. If they like were off them for a while, like I'll just take a sub and get fucked up. It's the craziest shit. Dudes would smuggle methadone out in their mouth and spit it out and sell it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Methadone's fun.
The opiate thing is the most fucked up.
Fun to see.
Methadone?
Watching people crush methadone.
Yeah, because you can take methadone
You get
and a
fucking
Xanax.
wrecked from methadone, dude.
Well, dude, if you take
Yeah.
meth and a Xanax, a methadone and a Xanax, it's like being on heroin. They figured that out down at the clinics, and all of them were like,
But if you're that guy,
We're back,
you'd be-
boys.
I think
We're
you
back.
just switch to heroin at that point.
I think that, yeah, you stop going to.
well,
the
that way
clinic.
you can. I guess you're right. Yeah,
You're getting off heroin, but you found the perfect combination
but
of
it's
base and
free.
heroin again.
It's free though. You get the free methadone, and you just score a Xanax script, and the party's on, dude. The party's back, fucking.
Yeah,
on.
it's back to the party, dude.
You're with all your boys at the clinic, dude. You're like,
You're like the fucking NSYNC marionettes. That's nice.
Yeah,
I wish we should get into that. If
pills.
Yeah,
We could probably.
we
yeah,
could we could
Rehab
get addicted to pills and then run the podcast for like 1 or 2 more
that'd be
years
so good.
and just fucking drive this thing straight into the ground.
It'd be so good, dude.
And then you'd have a whole, press tour about how we're back and we're getting
We're back.
found
and it would
God.
never be.
You can find God.
It would never be that good ever again.
Nothing would be as good as watching.
No, but
a
it wasn't
podcast.
supposed to be good. It's inspirational at that point.
Watching a podcast deteriorate to drugs would be very fun.
Be awesome, man. We'll see. you
We'll
know?
see.
I'll keep my eye on the numbers. If they start slipping, it's timed. I'm gonna have to start calling people. Like you're.
It's more believable at this age when the 20-year-old that's got the drug problem is a big eye roll for me.
The what?
20-year-old with the drug problem, like in college, the guy that had to go to rehab for coke. You go,
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
bullshit. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, there's people that are like,
Give me a
I
break.
was an alcoholic. And it's like, when?
Yeah.
Like, when I was 19.
there's a
It's
lot
like,
of comics that's that. They
Oh,
go,
my
I've
dude.
been off alcohol. I'm 30 years sober.
Yeah.
I'm 50. You go, so you drank a few times when you were
Yeah.
20 and you were a hassle.
I saw a couple comics battle craft beer addiction.
Oh,
Like I'm an
yeah.
alcoholic. I'm like, bro, I've only ever seen you drink like IPAs.
Yeah.
You're not an alcoholic. Sorry.
Yeah, I was.
My addiction, dude, to
I
fucking
might have to check into rehab for Bud Lights.
to fucking Guinness. Yeah, it was crazy.
no, you got to check into fat camp if you're getting too into the IPA.
Yeah, the IPAs will get you. That happened, dude, to the whole alt scene. The alt scene, they
growing
all
a
got
beard,
fat
yeah.
as shit.
That's what happened.
Yeah, they got craft beers, dude.
They did. They were
They got hit with the IPAs, and then now they all have beards
And they
and
were
sweaters.
You get wide hips and a soft
They
dick,
got
dude.
jolly, very jolly alt scene.
Stop liking your girlfriend doesn't look as pretty. I think IPAs make you kind of gay.
Definitely.
I think you get like wide hips, so you start producing estrogen. Your dick stops working. You're like, why am I hanging out? Why do I live with my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Just hang out with my alt buddies,
And then you
dude.
just pretend girls are funny. For 15 years, you're like, I think she's hilarious. Fuck you.
Or it actually works. You're like 10 beers drink deep. You're like, that's actually pretty funny. You go, what the fuck is All right, I cut me off, bartender.
You wake up to your Patreon, you're like, Jesus Christ.
That is what happened, dude.
Subscribe to the Call Her Daddy offshoots. Oh, goddamn.
That is exactly what happened to the alt scene.
Oh yeah,
In Philadelphia, at least.
Yeah, they got-
I'm sure it was nationwide.
It was an epidemic.
The craft
Trump did
beers
it. Trump
hit.
Trump led him to it.
Trump broke all of them, and they were all fat bitches. They're just sitting there like, this is not okay.
I got something that'll ease your tensions. Here, have a
Yeah.
sip.
There's
Oh,
some
yeah.
IPAs, dude.
The local communist lodge. That fucking destroyed communism. High ABVs, fucking. Oh.
True.
Another thing called that fucked them up. It fucked up the comrades.
I think the
commune
CIA did that.
potatoes.
The CIA gave the alt scene craft beers to disrupt the communists.
A couple of them got a little handsy.
They did get
Couple
handed a couple
got little
IPAs. You start touching people.
Oh god,
Yeah, they did get handy.
they did, dude. They kept getting. It
The
was
sex
like
pest got handsy.
You guys-
fucking grabbed the lady's crotch.
they came out so hard against all that stuff, and then it just like one after the other. Like, oh, this improv guy grabbed my ass.
Yeah.
This all, dude. They constantly got busted.
I mean,
There was a guy in the Toronto scene that got busted for being like a legit child pedophile trafficker.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, he was like doing child porn.
Dude, Drake.
This guy's name's Kai, I think. Yeah, he was. I won't say his last name, but he. So basically, when all this stuff was happening, then people started posting like, "Yo, did this guy get busted for child porn?" And then the people in the Facebook group took it down because they wanted to give him a fair shake because he was like one of their boys.
Oh.
Yeah. And then it came out. This was like on the news, right? And then it's.
Oh,
And he was
fuck.
straight up going to meet people to buy hard drives and stuff.
Oh.
That's a dark. You're
Was
in
he
the
a
alley.
middleman, or was he just like, was he selling some of it, or was it all head stash?
I think he was more. This is personal. And my buddy, who is his uncle was a cop or whatever. Because you when you hear about someone get first time, you go, oh, "Who? That could be an accident. A file ends up on your computer. I don't know. Whatever."
Dude, nobody buys files.
No,
very nice-
But
that's
all
a
you
nice-
hear is like this guy, this. I go, oh, that could have been some girl. He had a photo of a girl. Like I don't know exactly what it means.
Sure,
right?
that's fair.
Then,
that's fair.
but then my body was like, no. If you get busted for child porn, they've been watching you for a year.
Yeah.
He goes, they've been checking on your computer. That there's no
The Mounties.
Well, because they know it ruins your life.
Canadian Mounties are in there. Just He's looking at children. Hey,
They do the undercover sting. The dude is wearing like a fucking nutcracker hat. He's like,
That's what it is. He goes, they
Damn.
know they're
Was he funny?
no, not really. No,
That'd been hilarious if
They
he was
know
so
that they
funny.
ruin
So
your
good.
life if they put the accusation out there. So apparently they're a little bit sparing with it.
Wow, that's nice.
that's nice to yeah.
Yeah,
If you
cops aren't
toss
so
that
bad.
out-
Yeah.
If you toss out child porn accusation, like
Because then you go out, that's the child porn guy. You go misunderstanding, dude.
yeah,
And we go, okay,
Oh,
yeah, that's on you forever.
that's a stink.
yeah. They do pile up the evidence on you. They kind of don't like. I only heard of one person who.
It's because they're the bros, dude. They're like, dude, I look at porn every day.
anyone get caught in the
Take
crossfire.
it easy. Let's not toss this out willy nilly.
I know a guy in my college who got in trouble. I think he was 18, freshman year, and apparently his dorm got raided because he downloaded that one fabled 17-year-old girl gives hand job. He clicked it, and apparently they busted into his room. And he got kicked out. That's what he claims. He might have just been downloading tons of child porn.
Definitely.
I used to sell that guy tons of Percocets.
Yeah, dude. You want perks? What's better than that, dude? Now it's time to fire up some CP. You're fucking.
Napster was full of that stuff. Like kids
Was
sucks
it?
dick while dad watches. Like whenever you type in just porn,
Oh, man.
it would list off like the wildest shit.
Oh, dude, Napster
But it would
has
no,
some-
it wouldn't be that. Like
Yeah.
it'd probably be like a Dane Cook video. Is what it would
Yeah.
actually be.
Oh,
That'd be
man.
nice if those people came in and kicked in your door for the fabled 17-year-old girl gives hand job, and you're like, actually, it's Dane Cook. It's just Dane Cook.
It's always Dane Cook. Napster days, it was always Dane Cook.
He
And then
was
they'd
king.
gather around and watch with you. It's pretty good.
This is hilarious. What's that guy spitting water right now? It's fucking hilarious. That was the funniest thing back then.
Yeah,
I saw Dane Cook when I was in college, and I was like, this is the
he was
funniest thing I've ever
incredible. Yeah, no, it's
What are the hand signals?
that's it. Well, I can't do it.
I thought he was giving you guys
No,
for 10 minutes.
this
Keep it
is
rolling.
the-
seen. Oh, no.
Yeah, let's wrap this thing up.
Keep cooking.
That'd be nice. A nice 10-minuter and just be like,
Man,
that's it.
just sitting on perks
And we're
just
off, boys.
trying so hard to move your arms to get to the CP.
Yeah.
Just like
Well, the perks are pretty fluid on them. They just give you perk head eyes, so you're just kind of like, all the time your eyes are like squishy. You're like, what's up, bro?
dude,
It's
my
so
my
fucking
buddy
funny.
would do perks or Vicodin, whichever one just makes you sweat and lay there.
Both.
Yeah, he would come in and just sit. I'd be playing video games. He would just sit next to me, just sweaty, just drenched.
It's a sweaty drug for sure.
That sucks.
Yeah, the Vikes, people complain. The Vikes people said aren't strong enough. The perks are the preferred.
I had a good mushroom racket at Guelph University where I was selling pretty good amounts of mushrooms.
That's nice.
And then I had like maybe the worst mushroom trip of all time, and I got out of the game.
Yeah.
I
When you
hung out
have-
my hat.
When you have tons of mushrooms and then you're like taking them,
I was
you're
taking way
selling
too
mushrooms.
many.
Yeah, I took a quarter ounce that way when I was 19, being like, I just grabbed a handful the one time. I was like, that was fun. And I took 2 handfuls. I'm like, this will be twice as much fun.
Yeah.
Lost
Turns
my
out
fucking
it's
mind.
not.
Dude, I like walked out of my house and was just in the hood and was just like, this is so fucking scary.
Dead meat.
And I just ran back to my house and was like, ah.
Yeah. I locked myself in my res room and I wouldn't come out.
You're in college.
Yeah.
And you were the plug.
I
You
go,
were the
leave me
plug.
alone. Just let me die.
The Canadian plug. He's locked in his room like, this isn't cool, guys. It's not that fun
I'm under the
anymore.
bed.
What'd you do? Did you have to offload the rest or did you have to
Know what happened? The problem was I smoked too much weed while I was on all the mushrooms. It was the mix that did me in.
damn, yeah, that'll get you. They heighten weed.
Exactly, because it's the psychedelic component of the splits your brain component of weed.
I
Make
don't
you
like
scared.
that stuff.
Mushrooms and weed, yeah, it makes you scared when you're on the mushrooms and you have a little bit of weed.
Being scared sucks.
Yeah, especially when you're scared, you
I
don't
hate
know what's
being
going
fucking
on.
You know who I
Scary.
knew? I knew these hippie dudes. It was kind of like a town like fucking Portland or something, right? There's all these hippie dudes that played in these jam bands, and I kind of met them through music or whatever. And then these guys basically got me selling for them at the university.
They turned you out.
These guys turned me out.
Gave you the mushies.
They go, all right, have these mushrooms. They go, all right, we got you on camera doing that. So
They strapped them fangs to your thighs, dude.
you download a couple of CP porn. Next thing you know, you're working for these guys. They go, see what you just downloaded? You can do 5 in the bin, or
Did
you
you
work for us now.
did you make decent money?
Basically, it was like every 4 months.
Yes.
You know what it is, right?
That's very tough. Now it's different.
Every 4 months, you come in, you go, you tell everyone,
mean
you go,
now
we
it's
got this
different?
shipment
Everyone does
coming in.
mushrooms now. Now you could just sell mushrooms if you wanted to.
Before it was an
Back in the day,
event.
you got mushrooms. Everyone like nice,
You
and
do a
no one would
bugle
call you
horn,
back.
like, "Ooh, mushrooms are coming through December 7th.
Dude, people do them twice a year back in the day. Now, like people will everyone I know is doing mushrooms constantly.
Yeah.
So people, it's like weed now. Like people would do mushrooms all the time.
A lot
but,
of
like,
people try to get sober and be a mushroom guy.
dude, back in the day, it was rough. You'd cop the pea of mushrooms.
it is.
No, I know. It's just like, that sucks.
I have a buddy, and they go, you know, at the bar, he'd be like every day taking mushrooms, and you're like, this isn't better.
Yeah. Something's going to go wrong.
Dude, yeah, you're giving me PTSD when you cop the pound of mushies. You're like, I'm about to come up. You give some to your boys, like, yo, what's good? They're like, I don't want those for like a year. And you're like, fuck. You just have a pound of mushrooms in your apartment for 8 months.
You would.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah, that's part of the game, though. That's part of the lifestyle.
Sucks.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the worst part.
Are you still getting jacked with the trainer?
You tell me. Yeah, no, I just took a week off. I was skiing in Park City.
Oh, that skiing, that's trip seemed fun.
It was, but you know, fucking 4 straight. The Ari and Ryan O'Neal are good skiers, so they would just. I was just the last day. I was by myself on the fucking bunny hills, dude.
That's
riding the lift.
That's good.
No, it sucked.
You were just waiting for them to come down and start partying in the chalet.
Yes, I had to sit
Would you
by
catch 'em?
myself.
That's a fun one day thing.
Would
Yeah.
you just wait towards like the very bottom of the slope?
No,
Go
dude.
fly that course. Let's go.
Dude, I had to fucking.
You're cheering them
I know.
on. Good work, guys.
I had to ride the lift by myself with like families. It's all
yeah.
little kids.
What about
Yeah.
Ian?
Ian was great. He's
good
he was
too.
no, he was a bad skier, but he had no fear. He just went straight.
He would have his jacket open and stuff
It was
too.
so fucking fun,
You
dude.
can die like that.
This was the funniest thing. So we were like, dude, you can hit the moguls. You're very good. You can do it. He was like, I'll hit the moguls. It's like, dude, do it. He goes to the top of this pretty steep hill of just moguls, and he's like, woohoo, here we go, boys. And he just went straight. And he hit it like a ramp, dude. He hit the top mogul head on, and he was like, I thought you ramped over these things. Dude, he hit it and just exploded on the second mogul. Just went off the
Doesn't
top
he have
one.
like a chronically bad back?
Right.
Dude, he was taking falls.
So
bro.
that's why he's a maniac.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was the hardest I've laughed in a very,
That's
very,
very
Yeah,
funny.
and you're like,
Very
dude,
long
you're gonna
time.
hurt yourself. He goes, I could be so lucky. I deserve
yeah.
it.
No, I just kept talking him into ramps.
You did the right thing.
I was like, dude, you can do that.
Yeah, you did the right thing.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the hill with 4 pints
Yeah, I
waiting
was
for them.
so happy.
Lunch, guys?
Yeah, I just drank. I had a nice blue. I had a couple blue hills.
Dude, they're
Which
nothing
up
to
in the
sne-
Rockies, dude, that's no
That's
joke.
nothing to sneeze at up there.
Bro, you start and you're at the top of a fucking mountain in the Rocky Mountains. It's terrifying. There's a cliff. The sides of the fucking path is a cliff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It was terrifying. I was like, this sucks. Being scared, dude. I was just
No fun.
scared.
Should be good times.
That's how
all
they
the
Yeah.
time.
break
So
you,
then I
yeah.
got on the fucking green hill, the little bunny hill.
What's the tubing
Just
like? up
me
there?
and children.
Did you have to do the thing, the pull chair
no,
lift?
thank God.
What's the
No.
tubing like up there?
I was
Probably
looking for
good
tubing. Yeah, you'd probably die.
Tubing would be nasty.
Tubing, yeah, it'd be terrifying. You ever see those like clear balls they put people in?
What?
Yeah, there's like a giant ball and you get inside of it. Dude, there's a video online of one that they lose control of it and it falls off the mountain and they die. It's so scary.
What do they hold? They have a string on it or something?
No, it's just a clear inflatable ball.
Well, how do you get stopped?
There's usually
stuff.
there's like a ramp at
yeah.
the end. It like stops you. But they missed
Fuck.
it. They went off the side.
And died?
And they perished.
Whoa.
In a fucking dumb inflatable ball. That's how you perish.
Yeah,
Imagine
there's a lot
scooping
of
the
those.
remains out of that thing.
Yeah, you're all splattered up in there.
A big turkey bag.
There's a
That
lot
thing
of
must
those
have been
weird sports.
flying too.
Yeah.
You
Dying.
almost, yeah. You go, is this safe? They go, nah, yeah. And you go,
Yeah.
a couple people did die.
Dude, while I was going
Yeah.
up, I saw somebody getting fucking carted down. I was like, this is a little fucking risky, fellas. Man,
You just had your poles dug in the
dude,
entire
I
time.
was so scared, bro.
Dude, sea doing the same thing, or like when
Yeah.
you take the sleds on the lake, like people, like 3 people die a year
Oh, that's
every
terrifying.
single time.
Dude, jet skiing is terrifying.
Yeah.
A jet ski not long ago was terrifying.
Yeah, you and
It
your
was
lady
fun.
got lost in the waves.
My lady
Really?
fell.
But people don't die
Dude,
during
Matt and his
those.
lady
as
were
much.
lost
Dude,
at sea.
People get
What do you
fucked
do,
up
hit
on
your
jet
head?
skis. You
Is
can
that
break
what?
your neck. You don't realize when
Right.
when you're going that fast and you hit the water, it'll fuck you up. It's so fun. It is fun. You're ramping
Yeah.
the waves, but I had my
Dude,
wife.
you should never do anything.
That's my lifestyle.
Yeah, dude.
I can't believe I went skiing.
No one can be trusted. No event can be trusted.
I don't like it.
That's why I won't skydive. I refuse.
Oh,
I've been
fuck
invited
no.
to skydive so many times.
Dude, the teams asked me to skydive. I said, 0 chance, dude.
If I was strapped to the back, I consider it. If I got to hold a gun strapped to the back and fire it in the sky,
It would be
I
nice
do
to have a team member on my back.
it. Be sandwiched. If I got fucking sandwiched, dude, that'd be nice.
Oh, 2 team members flying through the air? That's a dream.
Alpha Charlie, just give me a radio, like Alpha Charlie Bravo, Alpha
Yes.
Charlie Bravo.
Yeah, just start making calls to the rest of the teams.
I had an ex that was trying to make me go skydiving. I was like, yeah, 0 interest in doing anything
Yeah.
like that.
Won't do it. Absolutely won't.
Not on the
skydive.
docket.
I won't skydive.
If I was your guys' size, maybe. I'm a big unit, dude. That's a fucking. I really gotta trust that parachute.
I think I'm getting that trainer.
And
that I
knowing
could
me,
be-
I'd be a little fucking bitch about it. They'd be like, "How much do you weigh?" I'd be like, 230.
None of your business.
I'd be ashamed of
Oh,
my
so
actual weight.
we only need the lightweight
Oh, well,
cables.
then
You
you're
go,
good. It's like,
yeah, that'll be-
great. Oh, great.
This will be fun.
Yeah, you get up in the plane. You're like, I lied about my weight.
I know a dude who used to get stoned and go skydiving. It's the craziest fucking thing. It was insane. The guy, because you gotta, like, if you do it a lot, he was certified. You gotta pay somebody to pack your parachute if you don't do it yourself. And he would pay the guy in weed to pack his parachute. I'm like, dude, I'd be so nervous.
It's a high
Thinking the guy
person.
was like high packing my parachute.
Yeah,
Then
that's-
I'm high jumping out of it. It was like, dude, he got reprimanded for it and was kind of like, dude, they're being ridiculous. I'm like, nah.
what are
Yeah.
the reprimanding include?
They're like, dude, you stink like weed. You can't be high jumping out of the plane. He was like, dude, come on, man. Don't be a square. It's like, they got a good point.
Yeah, watching somebody fall straight down without a parachute would be pretty fun. Not fun, but it'd be funny to see like the guy who's like, "Come on, man, let me up there. It's just a little weed." And you just see him fly.
Well, once somebody's fallen, you accept it. You're like, it's your job, and you're like, there's nothing I can do. You must
Yeah.
be able to be like, well, all right.
Well, this would be cool to see.
I guess I'll watch this.
I'll always remember this.
It's an explosion, right? It has to be a
I think
full.
people bounce.
What?
I think.
One guy lived, I think.
Yeah, there's been people
What?
who live.
Yeah.
There's been people who live.
There's one guy, I think that was his whole shtick, because he was like, I'm going to jump out of the plane with no parachute. And
Oh,
I guess you try to catch it running.
a running start just explodes.
Did he live?
I think, well, there has been people that lived. I mean, some guys land in
It's gotta be. It's
way.
gotta be just a failed.
The dream
parachute.
is a tree, I think, land.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, okay. No one's ever just like matrixed off the ground and been like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, you gotta die. You definitely die.
Let's
Even
say
if you
you
hit
must
water,
die.
you're fucked. You're dead.
True.
There was that guy who jumped out of that building in New York and lived. He fucking landed on a car from like 10 stories up. There's a video of it. He like gets up with like his arm like hanging
Oh.
off. He's like, what the fuck? What happened?
That's
Pretty
tough,
great.
jumping out of the big building. Like,
Then he
just,
lands on the roof of the car, so he's just smashed.
Was he
in
trying to
the
kill
car.
himself?
Yeah.
what a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks.
Your life's way
Just
worse.
destroy your arm.
They failed
there's
that
the
Go
guys that-
viral like a
They try
fucking
to shoot
moron.
themselves and they got their face
Oh.
shot off and they're just like, I almost killed myself, but I learned to live. You go, this is worse. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it
if you
again.
want to kill yourself, then this has got to be a better reason.
It's time.
Scary though. 'Cause you're like, fuck it, I'll do it. Then you do it once and you're like, that was fucked up.
That sucked.
I don't have it in me.
You don't have any for the second time.
Second time around is tough.
No, you got to hit. You go drugs the second time if jumping off the
Yeah.
building didn't
I
work.
don't know why people don't just always go drugs.
You can fuck that one up too. You know?
If you just have to
Accidentally
do
have a
enough.
great time.
True. True. No, that stinks. You get kicked out of your apartment complex. If you try to kill yourself and overdose, you get kicked out of your apartment complex.
Gotta go to rehab.
Yeah,
Really?
You reset the whole clock. Yeah, they'll get kicked out. If you overdose, off the lease, immediate eviction. They don't fuck around.
Really?
Yeah. Off the
That
fucking.
seems fucking. That's where all the homeless people are from.
That's a good way to try to get your spouse out. You know what I
you
mean?
gotta jump right out.
Oh, yeah. Just poison her with heroin.
Poison her with heroin.
Be like,
try to
dude.
commit suicide. She's gone. You go, babe. That still sucks. You're off
That
the
would be
lease.
pretty
but-
easy to do. I'm like, again, I have no interest in murdering my spouse, but that would be.
Yeah, me neither.
You could like.
Couple people. And one.
You could easily poison somebody and be like, yeah, they fucking killed themselves. That's crazy.
Definitely.
You can get away with that pretty good.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that used to be the main move to make someone
Oh,
disappear.
imagine poisoning your husband, dude.
Dude, back in the day, you
Girls.
could probably make
That's what ladies serial killers do. They're always poisoning people.
No, they never get caught.
They poison them and then take care of them. They like make them sick for years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's nice.
yeah.
That's actually nice. That's a good way to die. Just get
Gaslight
slowly
'em.
poisoned by your wife.
Yeah, but she's
Have
probably
her
so
tend to you.
she's probably so mean to you. Though. She's probably like, you never do anything right, and you're sitting there like, fuck. Why does my stomach
Somebody's
feel
putting
like?
arsenic in my fucking food.
Also, that guy, you got to be an idiot to not figure that out.
Yeah.
I would figure it out. I would get
How?
one dose of mercury, and I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I would
you
know
would
right
right
away.
away. Yeah.
I'd just be like, ugh. Once you pulled a blanket over me, I'd be like, what the fuck's going
You're
on?
up to something, lady.
There's like a dollhouse in the room. I'm like, what's happening?
You want some soup? It's mercury, isn't it?
You see it like separating out of the water. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That'd be terrifying, dude.
What? Good.
Having a Munchausen mom would stink. Munchausen by proxy, or whatever.
Yeah.
They leave you when they like, no, you're sick, and they make you like lay around all day inside, and you're like, my mom said I can't come out 'cause I'm sick. Your mom just being like, he's sick. That's such a fucking perverse pleasure. Just milking your kid for sympathy.
Yeah. I might munch out with my fucking girlfriend.
You should.
Be like, you're sick, babe. You can't go anywhere.
You should just give her laxatives constantly. And just be like, babe, it's not safe for you. Stay in here. We're safe. Just
The porcelain can't handle it.
Oh, just convince a chick she has like total Crohn's. Just be like, babe, I love you for who you are. She's just like, I can't go anywhere.
You're a clinical fart machine. I don't know what to do here.
It'd be a good way to break up with a girl.
You can't.
Start dosing her with laxatives and be like, listen, these dumps are out of control. I'm going home.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
You used to never shit like this. Now you shit all the time.
Yeah, but girls they'd hold it in though.
They would.
They'd hold it in the name of love. Like they would just,
That would kill them. That's not good for
they
you.
would die. Yeah, they would die. It's like, nah, you guys all right there? Like, babe, what the fuck? We talked about this.
You gotta stop shitting constantly.
Babe, it's Thanksgiving. My whole family's out here. What the hell?
No, it's a fun thing to do is when the girl goes to the bathroom. Generally, that's when they take their shits before their showers, right? Because it's
Yeah.
the only time it's safe. About 3 minutes after they did go in the shower, go knock on the door and say you need to get something.
Yeah, it's fun.
I need to get something quick.
Anytime my girl goes to the bathroom, I go in immediately and go, ew. She's like, I didn't do it. I'm like, did you fart? This happened to me yesterday. Yesterday I did this. I go, promise me right now. Swear to me on everything you didn't fart in there. And she's sitting there like, I didn't.
Oh, dude, you know what gets them fired up too? I was sitting there yesterday cleaning out. I was cleaning out my closet, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We were getting like some work done to our house, so I had to get everything out. Yeah, I was so sorry to my mama, dude. I had to clean out my closet and everything. She would like she's like, I'm gonna give this to Goodwill, and I would just go, you're a good girl. He gets so mad. You fucking stop. I'm like, yo, you're a good girl, man. You are a good
Good
girl.
ass girl. Yeah.
My girlfriend,
Yeah, you're bringing that over. You're
she
good.
can't stop taking me seriously. And I can't be around someone that takes me that serious. So like no matter, I'll be like, did you put the fucking cups away? She's like, yes. Then I yell at her constantly.
I guess the laundry's just doing itself today, huh?
Dude, I'll say shit like that to her and she'll be like, well, I'm trying.
Oh man.
I used to call my ex fat, and she was like tiny. It was like, which is why it's okay to call you fat.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "Well, then whatever. I'll stop eating or whatever." I go, "Are you fucking out of your mind? If anything, you're anorexic looking. It's gross. Put some weight on."
Stupid fucking bitch.
Yeah, they don't handle the funny jabs.
No.
They'll give them out.
Yeah.
No problem. But yeah, if you hit them back with one, it's like it's nice using high level SAT words on them.
Yeah. What do you hit him with?
Boy words.
Curmudgeon. I hit her with a curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon.
Boy words.
I don't
Call
know
her
if that's a
curmudgeon.
high level SAT word. Curmudgeon.
Pretty high level. That's 1100. That's 1100s.
No, it's not. Curmudgeon's like a fucking old person.
Anything in 4 syllables.
Any
This
four-
girl's ridiculous. You know,
That would get him.
I called her.
Yeah, 4 syllables.
3. I
really
think
fun.
that's 3.
Called him pig-headed. Like you're being pig-headed
That was
right now.
4.
Just literary terms.
Pig-headed's nice.
Hit him with literary terms.
Dickhead.
You said I had a pig head earlier. The next day, it's like, what's your problem? I don't have a pig head. Yeah, hit it. I'm so excited to go back to my girlfriend right now and yell at her.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
tell girls you don't want to have kids with them because there's something wrong with their genes, you know? You go, I don't want my kids to have
That's a
those
good
hands.
prank.
Like, it's hot on you, but what if you have a boy? He's going to have those weird little hands or something.
That's a good prank.
That is a nice thing to mindfuck a woman. Like I could just never have a son with you.
It's
Like,
unfortunate.
you would bear me
Your
a weak
dad's
son.
too weak.
You would bear me a weak
Your
son.
father's too limp-wristed.
Your father's not a man.
You should ask, like, what's the size of your father's penis?
Yeah.
Like, what's the size of your father's penis? I don't want to sire a child with
A small penised boy.
or maybe one with bigger than mine. You might have to King Herod the situation.
Yeah, we're gonna need
be
some
like-
Speedo pics of your dad. If,
Yeah,
you don't
be
mind.
like,
If it's all the same to you.
If it's too big, I'm gonna kill like a male bear. I'm gonna kill my firstborn. Competition.
Yeah,
No
that
bears,
would be tough to have a son and just have a fucking hog.
I think I'd be okay with the
Like
son with
2
the
or
hog.
3 years old and just being like, it's catching up quick. He's
Yeah.
nipping at my heels, dude.
Well, you get the nice glory days. It would come out, and the nurse would be like, you go like, "Pff, obviously, fall.
Yeah,
doesn't
true.
fall."
You get to talk to the
Not even
nurse.
a-
You'd
Like,
have to start stuffing.
Look at this bit.
yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a nice little runner. Yeah,
Son comes out with a small one. You're more your
I
jeans,
might-
guess.
Dude, I might start stuffing. I'm not lying.
You should.
Like stuffing.
Dude, Conor
nonstop.
McGregor posts pictures constantly with a stuffed fucking dick.
Really?
Either that or he has boners constantly.
That's the rap scene. They
You gotta
got to
see
do
this.
that.
That's the
fucking
more
guy.
likely. I think he does have boners constantly.
He's gotten so jacked, and all he does is post pictures that are fucking
He's probably
wild.
on T, so it might be erection.
Really?
He looks. He
You got a lot of
looks like he's
erections on T?
I mean, I don't know, more testosterone.
Yeah. I think
Only
you
assume.
do. I think you actually do.
I thought that would be bad for your
It
erection.
could be the
Every
opposite.
picture,
though.
he's got a fucking boner.
Now you're right.
I don't get it.
Let me see. Let me see
Yeah,
his boner.
it's weird looking.
Let me see his boner. I can't see.
And you take a bunch of photos, right?
What the fuck, dude?
You
That
don't
was
need
just
to
the
post
first picture I
one.
looked at. Hold on, he posted one the other day. That was great.
That looks like a tucked boner.
He got so fucking strong, dude.
Yeah, that he's doing his fitness program now.
Dude, he's like 200 pounds. He fought at 145.
He's huge, and all he does is have boners.
I'm on the old school.
Yeah, all the weights in the penis.
And the next one,
Does he have the hog?
I think he,
Barstool guy posts those too. They like to post with it poking out.
Really? Little poke out?
Yeah, it's not really hard. Yeah, it's they like to see that. They like to be a tip imprint almost.
Really?
I have that. It's just the fucking pointing right at you, dude. Give me the old witch point.
Mine's
Dude.
like a Russian sub, dude. Yeah, yeah, it's nice to get like a chicken part mashup, dude. I'm same thing. I got fucking dead to sights, dude. Just fucking
Yeah, right down the scope. Little
mine's like a
James
pull
Bond.
yeah, like a pull stick, dude. It's fucking.
I like mine pointing upwards.
You got a dong, don't
not
you,
hit-
dude?
Not hitting the band.
This guy clearly has a huge dick.
You
Yeah,
have
it's
your dick
unfair.
pointing upward,
You have a big
erect,
dick?
still not hitting the band.
Yeah, once you talk about moving in different directions, I'm out.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Mine's fucking.
Do you have a big penis?
at
Long and
attention.
skinny. Real fucking
You got the
blade,
probe.
of,
You got
blade
the
of
probe.
grass hanging out the window.
The prober.
if you wrap it up and then put it together, you make a full.
Dude, I was talking about the tuck method. I told did I tell this on the podcast where I told the trainer that I told we were bench pressing and I was like, this brings back memories.
Yes.
And
You
I
didn't
told
tell
him
me about
it.
this. Yeah, you
I
didn't
told
tell-
him about it.
You didn't tell me about that.
And he was not excited about the story.
What the hell?
I don't think. And then the next day I came in, I wore a t-shirt that had jizz on it. Dude, I go in to work out. I take my hoodie off. The shirt clearly has jizz on the side.
Yeah.
Try.
And I was like, by the way, this isn't cum. And he was like, what is it? And I was like, it's definitely cum, dude. He was like,
What?
this is crazy.
This guy's sick of your shit, eh?
No, he's the man. But yeah, the day after I told him my dick came out when I was bench pressing,
Dude, he thinks you're trying to fuck him,
the
dude.
next day I came in with a cum tribute on my shirt. Took a cum walk at the gym.
Oh my god. dude.
I can't believe it. This
Having the
never
guy
happened.
yell at you seems like a pain in the
You
ass.
should have told
though.
him. You should have been like, dude, I'm just auditioning for like a Korean game show. Like,
I have to wear cum.
what's he say? Was he
Trying to
cool
get in touch
about
with
it?
my feminine side.
we moved on. No one. I mean, we did the workout, but it was very visible semen on a black T-shirt.
What's next? What are you gonna hit him with next?
I'm just gonna have to fuck this guy. I'm gonna just try to kiss him.
You have to.
He listens to this. This is gonna be an awkward next time I see him. Fuck.
So it was cum.
It was definitely cum.
You should be like, can you train me in jiu-jitsu?
True. Start
fucking-
wrestling with him.
Like, hold on, what's that one where the guy gets your back and just fucking pin him? And be like,
Oh man, if he pinned me, he's a handsome guy, dude. He's gonna fuck. I have to go tomorrow. This won't be out. Nice. It buys me some time.
yeah, he won't get. I actually got a shout out to the dude. I left Buffalo, a TSA guy. He was like, yo, man, saw the show last night. Never listened to the podcast. But,
Oh.
dude, it was great. I was like, thank God you never listened to the podcast. I always brag about like smuggling weed pens through the TSA.
That's awesome,
He was the man.
dude.
He was eyeing me. He was like this. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm looking at him
Yeah.
like, what's up, bro? I'm like trying to just get, I'm like waiting. I'm like, there's my bag. Let me get it. And it
Nice.
was totally clean. Nothing in it. But the,
You never know though.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
always
thing,
think
dude.
that,
I
yeah.
always got to give a good look. My school bag could have anything at any time. I never know. So it's
Yeah.
like, dude. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, man, I was there last night." And I was like, "Dude, that's so funny. I'm glad you're
They can
on
get
the podcast."
serious too. Like, there's a bit of coke on the toothbrush, stuff like that.
Good. They'll get. That's when they do that last little scan. They scan you for like
Yeah.
a tiny thing.
My body, they took him for that. Like, well, yeah, this guy specifically, he kept getting stopped. But this one time they got him on the toothbrush, and then he goes, they're like, "Oh, you got coke on your toothbrush?" And he goes, "I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I do coke."
They really ran his toothbrush for real?
Well, I don't know I can't remember how it happened, but basically I don't know if it's like the dog or the thing that senses it or something.
Yeah, they do have
Yeah.
that thing that can touch you, and like if you have any sort of like particulate on your
Yeah,
hands.
and then once they get that, then they start going through your stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then they go try to find stuff. They use this thing or whatever.
Yeesh.
But then afterwards they go, they can't, like, if you just have the shit and they don't find anything, they can't do anything
You're on
about
a plane
it.
at that point.
Dude, Ari leaving
Still
Utah.
spooked though.
They
Not
took
fun.
Yeesh.
me and Ari went to different security things at the airport, and they took his lighter. So he comes over to me. Mine took forever. He comes over like, and I was like, "What's up?" Dude? He's like, "I fucking hate TSA," and I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And then I realized he was serious. Like he was like furious.
He was mad.
Dude, he got in a fight with TSA. 'Cause
Really?
They took his lighter. He was like,
Big
"You
black
fucking
lady?
losers! You fucking lose." Now it's Utah, so it's all honky TSA.
Yeah.
He got in a fight with them. They brought over the cops. I'm like, dude, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, let it go.
It's just a lighter. I'll buy you a new lighter. And he kept spazzing. Then me and Ari walked past a cop.
Clearly on the sign too.
A cop and 2 TSA agents. He goes, "I hope you fucking die. Eat shit, motherfuckers. Eat
Stop
shit. I
it.
hope." To a cop. And then fucking TSA was
Whoa.
like, "Bro, it's a lighter." He's crazy.
That's wild.
Dude, and he got away with it. They were just like, "Oh, real nice, mister." And he was like, "I hope you fucking die." It was like, dude,
Damn.
don't say that at the airport.
Bad boy behavior.
He was a bad boy, dude. Ari's a bad
Wild,
boy.
dude.
Yeah.
I've been getting off on respecting the hell out of like the TSA.
I respect the
I've
fuck
been
out of them.
begging to get pulled over just so I can be like, "Oh, sorry, officer."
Sorry, what everyone says about you, they ain't
crazy.
right, dude.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
not
as soon
true.
As soon as you get pulled over, it's like, "It's crazy." They said it'd be crazy when you meet your heroes.
It's actually very, very funny.
Are they actually hiring at the fucking
Yeah, but I'm
Academy?
thinking about joining the
yeah,
force.
joining the force? You gotta ask for
Your
professional
dad
courtesy.
must be proud, huh?
My dad doesn't like cops, oddly.
Yeah, when you get older, you get enough DUIs and tickets, you start to really fucking hate cops.
Dude, so many people that probably, from like like
get
red
one
states or
DUI,
whatever.
dude.
Oh, he said enough DUI.
Yeah.
It's my 5th one. It's a fucking pain in my ass.
You guys are fucking riding me.
No, I love the dude that probably like hated cops forever, and then everyone started hating cops, and they're kind of like, I don't know, maybe I like cops.
That's what happened to me. Exactly what happened
They
to me.
flipped.
I flipped totally.
You got them.
I started loving,
boys
oh,
in
you
blue
guys,
now.
you guys don't like them? Like, I think they're pretty cool. I don't know. The job's pretty hard.
Yeah, I was pro cops until one guy got me, and then I went full BLM, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When'd you get snagged?
Remember, it bankrupted me, dude. It was like $150 ticket.
When you
I was like,
got,
well, that's all I have. I'm done.
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
finished.
yeah.
Yeah, some guy followed me. It was at Sheets. Same Sheets my sister nodded off at.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he followed me in, dude. He checked my license plate, realized I didn't have a fucking registration.
That's
And then he followed me out. I'd like to punch him in the belly.
You didn't ask for professional courtesy? Like, sir, can I ask for professional
It
courtesy?
was a disaster.
Sir,
Also, my side mirror was missing.
should have lied about being an EMT. But, sir, I'm an EMT. Can I have a professional courtesy?
Asking for professional courtesy is great.
I really do wonder about those dudes who have like, I saw a guy the other day who had like 2 first responder flags. It was like, or it was 3. It was firefighter, ambulance, cops was waiting
Yeah.
in his yard. It's like, that must be so sick.
To
Like
just be pumped.
52 and be like,
King of the city.
yeah, just be like, fuck, dude, there's an ambulance. God, I fucking love those
I
guys.
love those guys. They're so cool. I wish I did that.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. That'd be so sick. To be like, damn, man, there they go again. Probably helping someone out.
It is nice to be like 52 and that autistic for like fire trucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
look at those things.
Yeah, to be 50, just be still that much into it.
Yeah, I'm not pumped on anything like that.
I'm trying to get into more stuff, dude. But it's like, yeah, it gets
I'm not
it
into
gets harder the older
it
you
sucks,
get.
dude. I'm
That's
not
such a
in there.
married man thing. I need more things, dude.
I'm
I need
not-
I need
hobbies.
way more things.
I was
to
just
do.
thinking about it, dude. I hate everything now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to talk about on stage.
Really?
I'm not interested in anything anymore. I go
Yeah,
on
that's-
stage, everyone's talking. It's like I don't care about fucking Russia. It's all
You know what I find
gay.
helps? Going back to the basics of trying to find a new band that you like. Just start poking
Really?
around. Yeah, talking to people. Be
Spotify,
like,
Discover
yeah,
Weekly.
find a new band you like, and it kind of you go, all right, there's cool
Yeah.
stuff getting made.
There's stuff that's cool.
I find
True.
that helps.
I'm gonna try to download that new video game, Elden Ring or whatever.
That'd be cool.
That could
Video
be big
game.
for me. That could be big. I need more video games.
Going to the fantasy realm.
I need to escape into my fantasy realm.
I might go fully into the metaverse. Everyone's shitting on it. I might get really
Every
into
10 days, I'm like, you know what? I should get back to reading. I haven't
That wouldn't
touched.
hurt.
I don't even
I'll
touch.
never read again. I
don't
think
even
I'm done
touch
with
a
that.
book.
Really?
I just look at them and I go, never mind.
I read constantly. I
You gotta
love
go.
reading.
There you go. You got stuff you like.
I actually have too many hobbies, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I have too many hobbies. I think I do. But everything like I can't get into music anymore. Shows, a couple good shows come out. but
Yeah.
That's
mostly
just something you
everything
do. That's not
stinks.
a hobby.
True, yeah.
That's girls think that's a hobby. It's not.
true.
Shows.
Yeah, they'll
Shows,
be like,
shows.
oh, I like
You're
going
right.
to dinner. I like movies. You go, yeah, not
Dude,
hobbies.
Spud's
yeah.
dad, our friend Andrew's dad held it down, still does to this day, that movies are for girls. He's like,
That's the ultimate man.
It's very
you
funny.
see a movie, he's like fucking
You
girls.
watched
don't watch
a
that
movie?
shit. It's so tight. It's like, such a fucking movie.
Movies are for girls.
Dude,
Is amazing.
such a tight way to hold it down. Like, oh, that make believe.
I agree a little, dude.
It kind of rules.
Getting into make believe is for girls. Like, what about docs? You can watch PBS docs. That's
yes,
for men.
and you can only watch like Thunder Road Truckers. You can only watch like reality TV job shows.
yeah.
That's it. Like, you see that shit they hit on fucking gold mine partners,
Yeah.
dude? That's the only thing. Like, those roads up there in Alaska are son of a bitch.
Oh, is that Tommy singing?
I think so.
That's so great that you're kicking around.
That's
singing.
pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
get
dude.
all my history from Robert Greene books. That's the only place that I've ever
R.
ingested
Greene?
my history.
What you know about R. Green?
Nothing.
I never heard. Yeah, who's R. Green?
48 Laws of Power guy.
Oh
nice.
God!
But
yeah.
basically, what he would do with all his books, he was kind of the original pop culture book guy for a while. but-
Really?
I don't know. Probably. This thing is incredible. Yeah. But he used to, like, basically he would go through historical things and tell them. So it's like, it's kind of like my hardcore history for me.
That's like
Yeah.
I'm Glenn Beck. I get all my history from Glenn Beck.
yeah. You find a guy that, like, also ingests some history.
My dad got into Bill O'Reilly for a
Bill
minute.
O'Reilly's a big
My dad
historian, bro.
he'll read like one chapter.
Yeah, that's all
Be
you
like,
need.
I'm just finished.
You get the gist of it.
Yeah,
If it
killing
comes up, you
Kennedy.
can comment. You go, World War II? Yeah, I heard of it. That one's the. I know who the guys were.
The geezers are reading the Bill O'Reilly history books.
Yeah, they love him.
Plump the cheeks on the seat.
Is that what he's
You
doing
take
now? Post Me
Dude,
been
Too?
doing
he
it
writes
for a little, yeah.
fire, dude. I think his one book's called like Muslims Are a Problem. I think that's
Stop.
No, it's Islam. I think there's a book called like Islam is the Problem.
They are taking our jobs.
Dude, imagine taking a dump. You're 50 years old. Fucking. Actually, they are. Yeah,
Yeah, I knew something was wrong with my life.
just going in depth.
It's the Muslims' fault. Shit's not going well for me.
It's good for
That's
the Muslims right
incredible.
now, dude. It's Russians. People are giving the Russians fucking hell, dude.
Well, the Russians are up to no good, dude.
Dude, that's gonna be a nice prank to hang Z flags above your friends' houses.
Yeah,
You would get attacked, dude. If you flew the sign
the
of
Russian
Russian
flag
aggression,
right now.
the Z.
What's it?
I think a Z is like the Russian aggression.
The Azov battalion.
I think so. Z.
No.
This is just secondhand. I haven't like seen it, but someone was telling me if you like, there was an Olympic guy who put like a Z patch, and that's like a pro Russia aggression.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
believe it represented some sort of invasion or something. Patch
Yeah.
that they would wear, the military would wear.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. This podcast is really there's
What time is it?
Hey,
How
man.
far?
How far into this are we?
We're 40-some minutes
Jesus
in, 45.
H Christ.
People are cooking around.
This is the
gotta get
critical
into
mo- we
the
didn't do
Are You
any
Garbage
ads.
Studio.
Oh yeah, we gotta do
yeah.
ads.
We gotta do ads.
That'll get us through the hustle and bustle of this apartment.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my car's about to expire. Guys, I know we're joking around about
Being
fucking-
addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, but
We're
for
just
real?
joking.
Dude, what do you like about Lucy? Let's be
I
honest.
love that I'm not smoking cigarettes anymore.
That's nice. You don't have like stinky
Oh,
cigarette
I
breath.
hated it.
Yeah, when girls smell cigarettes, they think you're just like a total fucking loser.
Yeah.
Total fucking loser.
I disagree.
Oh yeah, that's why you have such a tough time having sex. Because you don't use Lucy.
Yeah, that's it.
You
Yeah,
smoke
guys.
cigarettes and don't get pussy.
Yep.
Yeah, you trying to be a
That's
modern
exactly
man?
what happens.
Are you trying to be a modern man or some relic of the past, dude, where you stink like chemicals? You could just be quietly and discreetly.
Is that what it
ingesting-
says in there? Are you?
No, I'm making it
All
up.
right.
I'm an
You
old.
I
keep
like it though.
quietly and discreetly being addicted to nicotine
True and private.
rather than being a dumbass pluming. It's like coal. It's like burning coal equivalent to nicotine.
I like that.
Yeah, what do you
too.
think? You're a fucking. What are you, an idiot, dude? Smoking cigarettes?
What the fuck, Sean?
a
This is
young
your
man.
intervention, Sean.
It's just sad.
Sean, we're really worried
It
about
is.
you, and we want you to check out the full line of products at lucy.co.
Why don't
and
you
use
try a
the promo code-
lozenge? Sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
No. Use the promo code
Drenched
drenched.
at checkout. That's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code Drenched.
I actually fully endorse Lucy.
Yeah.
I use those things. They're very good.
Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Although, like we said before, science is never a complete process. So we'll see.
And also, who cares?
Well, I mean,
Who cares?
what
dude?
isn't addictive if you think about it?
True?
Hell yeah. Dude. What else do we got? Oh, dude, please. Can you take the sports one?
Oh yeah. No, I want you to do this.
Can we
one.
do sports? I did it last week and fucked it up. Guys, no, for real, guys, can we buckle down? The biggest college basketball tournament of the year is on now.
Who you got this year?
Didn't the top 6 teams all get kicked out like that first week? I saw that.
Yes.
Is Gonzaga still in it?
Gonzaga is.
I root for Gonzaga every year. so
Gonzaga is.
I got
pretty good.
I got Zaga going. Guys, DraftKings Sportsbook
You like
has
the Zogs?
I like the Zogs, bro. DraftKings Sportsbook has an incredible offer. New customers can bet $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they win. If
Whoa.
you lose,
Whoa.
you're just a fucking loser. You don't get anything. Guys, we already talked about our picks. We're all going to Zaga. Awesome. Sportsbook not available in your state yet. Get in on the action with DraftKings Pools. Everyone can play free pools all March
Yeah.
long for a shot at a share of over $250,000 in prizes.
Holy shit.
That's what?
That's crazy.
For free. You don't even have to give money. You can win. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. I wonder why they do that.
Probably to get you addicted
Exactly.
to gambling. Probably to trick you into getting addicted into gambling.
Oh, just get your body used to the feeling of the adrenaline rush of gambling. Everyone, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Drenched. Bet $5 on any college hoops team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. If they win, you win. With promo code Drenched this week at DraftKings
Promo
Sportsbook.
code drenched. Take the Zogs.
Take the Zogs.
You're getting
the whole way.
$250.
The whole way. 20
And now
minutes
you've got the bug. Now you're gonna have fun gambling.
True.
You like gambling?
I'm gonna get into gambling now because
It is fun,
now that I
dude.
got
Yeah,
the,
you can-
the
and if-
Zog, as they say.
The Zogs, dude.
And if you want to be responsible about it, start a little savings account for your gambling and call it like your kid's college fund.
yes.
Or
Tap
go
in-
into your kid's college fund and put
Yes.
half into quitting smoking and half into,
That's what it's
and
for.
half into
This is
gambling.
it.
Yeah.
Guys,
Also,
restrictions apply.
look-
See show notes for details.
If you gambling is fun.
It is fun.
Just think of any night, any regular night. It's just a regular night. Oh,
fun.
there's sports on. I don't give a fuck about
Man's
these
activity,
teams.
not like watching movies.
Yeah. It's like I don't care about these teams at all. How about I put a lot of money into this to the point where this means everything to me. So every night,
I mean,
think of like any movie you watched if the consequences were real. You know what I mean? Like you get to do that with sports. You can turn it into a real life
yes.
fucking major issue.
Yes. It's
Every
very
night.
fun.
Yeah, this
Any-
matters.
This matters immensely.
You go, you're watching stupid games. None of this matters. It does now.
Yeah.
You're
Trust
basically
me,
the
lady.
owner of the team.
I
You're the owner of the
promise
team.
you this matters.
This matters more than anything you've ever done with your fucking life, lady. We need Oregon State to cover, or we're sleeping out in the tent.
Oh, now it matters.
Yeah,
All of a
get
sudden
in
it
there.
matters.
Put on your beaver gear. We're cheering for Oregon State.
Betting it does make things so fun. We used to bet
Yeah.
on sumo wrestling. Very, very fun.
Bert, come
Betting on sumo wrestling's incredible.
here. Just sit down.
Pop a seat.
No,
chill.
where are you going? Grab a seat. No. Sit
chill.
down. Look at this fucking guy, dude. This is a classic New York boy.
Classic New York fella.
Ooh.
Oh, he had to make pee-pee?
Yeah. He had a pee-pee.
By the way, a lot of terminology of mine. Do you guys know each other at all?
Yeah, we met.
Oh, all right.
We met. What's up, brother?
Burke's the fucking man.
Thank you, dude. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum to you as well.
Assalamualaikum salam.
Yeah, dude. Can you sing some stuff in Muslim for us while he's peeing?
Do you know Muslim songs?
Yeah, he does.
Muslims are on top right now. I'll be honest.
Muslims are back.
Oh,
Here,
there
just
we go.
get in the middle.
There we go.
Get in the middle. Yes.
When I went to the competitive eating, the hot dog
smells so
competition,
good.
I couldn't get action, and Gino knew a guy that would get action on the competitive eaters. You couldn't buy it on any of the place, and he was
Really?
calling every bookie like, "Come on, you got to give me
Yeah.
action on Chestnut," and he was trying to get. But
Who'd you bet on?
Chestnut, Joey Chestnut. I mean, the odds are 100 to 1, but that's the only reasonable bet to make.
True, yeah.
He's never lost.
Wait, Kobayashi never got him?
Kobayashi can't play anymore. So basically, Kobayashi, they said if you want to be
You're
in,
big into competitive eating.
if you want to be in a major, if you want to be in major league eating, you got to sign the contract. You can't. It's kind of like how the comedy clubs do. If they said,
Yeah.
and Kobayashi said not doing that. So
He's
basically,
too honorable.
he's far too honorable. Kobayashi
Really?
takes this system. You're not gonna pin him down to one contract, right?
Is he the champ though?
He was at the time, but then Major League Eating said he can't compete unless he signs the contract. So then Kobayashi went across the street and set up his own competition the same day as Major League Eating and beat the record. So he said, basically, your records don't matter.
Wow.
Fuck.
Dude, how do you know about fucking Major League Eating?
Big Joey Chestnut guy. I like Kobayashi too. I want to get Joey Chestnut to do a video.
That's the craziest fucking sport.
It's incredible.
I don't know. I think it's terrible.
Well, don't they eat like
How dare
spaghetti
you
and
talk
shit?
about
too?
MMA,
no.
dude?
Don't they
No,
eat
no.
like other food stuff?
Oh no! Well,
too.
a lot of them. So a lot of.
This is good.
A lot of the competitive eating guys are famous from being like YouTubers and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like
You
when the
fuck with Shoe
YouTubers have
Nice?
to come do stand up, right?
Shoe Nice? You ever fuck with Shoe Nice?
I know these guys. I mean, they're not real deal, but
Jesus Christ.
it's fun to watch their YouTube videos, right? You know, but so basically, they don't want to do the competitions because it's bad for their brand to just show up and get murked by some actual real deal competitive
Yeah,
eater.
true.
Whereas he's having fun making his I ate 10,000 oyster videos, but it's like
Come
you
on,
put him
man.
in the real arena, he just gets
Exactly.
destroyed.
You see the reels. They're like, what the fuck?
Dude, did you just do a bump in the bathroom? Just
No,
come
you guys
back and
started
just
talking
like
about
competitive eating.
He started talking about betting on sumo wrestling. I go, you.
Oh,
That's fun. That's
that
an
would be
age old. That's
so
an honor
fun, dude.
tradition.
I would love to do that. Yeah,
Dude, That
that's
would
when
be
my
nice.
two ex-girlfriends were fighting. I said, I'm betting on the sumo over here.
Yeah, I'm not yucking your gum. Competitive eating is something. It's just such a. It's got to fuck people up from other countries.
It's nuts.
Oh, that's gotta be a
Watch
bummer.
people just gorge themselves. And like, woo!
Yeah.
They take it seriously too, and then
I bet.
here's the it was in where it's Coney Island, right?
Yeah.
And the guy comes out.
Did you go to it this year?
Yeah,
Of course you did.
yeah.
This is crazy. Wait, are you serious? You're
Yeah.
into competitive eating. You like
Well, kind of the way that you'd be into like wrestling, I guess. Like
It's fun, it's
very
fun, yeah,
into
it's
it.
fun.
So very much into
you're the
it.
only guy I've ever known that
Yeah, no one ever wants to
remotely-
go.
I assumed. it was-
My buddies from Toronto are kind of into it too.
I assumed
Well,
the
we all
crowd was
were
just
kinda
old
doing
Chinese
it.
ladies. I thought it was just old Chinese ladies there.
No, it's like Hicks, buddy, and they get the De Blasio comes out, and then everyone boos
The
him.
coward?
He sucks on all the hot dogs.
they all booed him.
they boo the coward. They're like, get off the stage, pussy. We're here to watch dudes
And then-
eat hot dogs.
And then the chief prosecutor came out and everyone loved him. This is
Really?
like peak BLM. The guy comes up and he's like, we locked up twice as many as ever before. And everyone goes, that's a real man. Fuck you, De Blasio.
what the fuck? So wait, these hot dog contests are also
then-
Klan rallies?
And
They're like
well,
sneaking in alt-right shit?
I'll just
where
say
they're
the clientele that goes to hot dog eating competitions.
Yeah.
A little different from the
Lock
Williamsburg
her
pub.
Lock her up. Yes.
Well, there's
pretty
two.
wild.
When
I'd
I
like
went,
to
there
go
was
to
a
this.
guy and a girl, and the dude was like one of the top competitive eaters, and his wife was one of the top girl competitive eaters. So like a
Whoa.
competitive eating
Damn.
couple.
Just love and diarrhea.
Yeah.
They've ate
But
Well,
Joey-
and Joey and the main guy, what he does, he keeps hitting himself because he's trying to. He has all these techniques to try to get it going to the right spots in his belly and stuff.
God.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
What's is it always hot dogs or is it like they ever do like lasagna? Lasagna I'd pay to see.
Major League Eating mainly does hot dogs at Nathan's because that's the Nathan's one. But no, they do. They'll do. Well, a lot of these guys do the B League kind of. It's the equivalent to the Mexican wrestling.
Yeah.
Where they go around to some state fair and they do a crappy, pie eating competition or some garbage like that.
not respectable.
What's the what have you seen cuisine wise that was like? What's the best cuisine you've seen competed upon?
Well, I don't watch those ones. The Nathan's once a year is the only one. But
Okay.
these guys, they bring them up to their thing. So they go, and this guy was finished first place in the Iowa State, clam eating championship or
Been
pizza
there.
eating or whatever.
I would like to see. I'd like to see competitive candy eating. That would be sick. See who
Competitive candy.
That'd be
competitive
nice.
You
candy.
should see me on Halloween 1998.
It's just 12-year-olds.
King size.
I think that's what a lot of those guys do on their YouTube channels, right? A lot of those guys got popular from like eating detergent and gross
That was
stuff
Shoe
like
Nice.
that.
Shoe Nice was glue.
That's that guy.
He would like chug a bottle of vodka.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
big one for those guys chugging the bottle of vodka.
That's an easy one.
Man,
I'd
that
take
must
one.
fucking suck.
Terrible.
Chugging a bottle just as soon as that hits.
Hot stuff.
That probably
rules.
hits so hard.
It's
You
dude.
probably just black out in like.
Yeah, it's like anesthesia. You probably just go under.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I used to
I
drink.
knew a
used to-
guy in high school drank the bottle of vodka, smashed skateboard on his head. That was his trick.
Jesus. I used to chug
How's he
like
doing?
6 shots of vodka and almost fall.
Construction worker.
He's a construction worker. Nice.
Apparently,
that's
no,
pretty
he
good.
was one of the one. He was, I guess it would be a roofer more than construction worker, but fell off the roof and he was out of commission for a bit.
Yikes.
Possibly, we're not sure if it was vodka induced.
Nice.
Shit.
Probably hacks so much darts though.
Hey, look at this.
Hey,
This is Burke.
What up, buddy?
You were taking a tinkle while that came in. Sorry.
No problem.
Sean's-
Oh, come on, get out of here.
Yeah, let's let him.
Yeah,
talk.
yo, just close this out. Give us
Burke.
final word.
Yeah, final word.
Final word on the cast. What do you think about Russia, Ukraine? Go ahead.
What do you think about Russia, Ukraine, dude?
Both good or both bad?
Both good, both bad. Switch it on. Oh, ooh. NATO is a tricky thing.
Yes.
Right?
Amen to that, brother.
North
This
American
is-
Twink Association's what I'm talking about, huh?
Yes.
This is a good podcast.
What do you
What
think
do you-
about NATO? It is tricky. What do you think we should do moving forward?
What would you like to see done?
If you had your druthers.
My druthers.
That's a good one. Hit your women. Hit your women with that.
Druthers?
You're married, aren't you?
Yes.
Do you ever yell at your girlfriend as a joke, or your wife?
Wife? As a joke, not so much. No.
I've just
I
got
didn't
into
come
it.
in locked and loaded.
It's a fun
so
joke.
much.
It's a fun
I'm a
joke.
big fan of the Klitschko's. I want to see Lomachenko get it going.
Oh, we're back to Russia.
And I want to see
Nice.
Usyk
Yeah.
also get strapped up. There's some good fighters who I haven't seen out on the front lines yet. Is Lomachenko out there? Now, he's such a good.
Klitschko's are strapped. I saw
Those
that.
guys hand to hand though, because
I like to see Khabib.
Lomachenko's a little small.
I like to see Khabib join in. Yes. They should just settle it like that, like champions.
Yeah.
That would be tight.
Just have both armies be like, all right, Khabib versus
Where's is Khabib?
he's Russian.
Who are they?
Dagestan.
They would fight Klitschko's Ukrainian. Yeah, that's a good point.
Klitschko would probably Klitschko's geezed up. No, he wouldn't. He's too geezed. He might be too geezed up.
That'd be a huge way to settle it, though, once and for all. If you
Yeah.
got the two guys to agree to it.
And
the
then the whole
Ukrainian-
world watches, put it on pay per view.
Winner
You guys get to
takes.
split the money.
Yeah, and the Ukrainian
Let's end
competitor could have like an American fighter like sliding him weapons,
Yes.
just giving him every now and again throwing like a stick in there.
Yeah.
That'd be tight.
That'd be fun. All right. Well, guys, that was a podcast.
That's a great podcast.
Ryan Long. Check out Ryan Long's special.
Yeah, dude.
White Immigrant, youtube.com/Ryan Long Comedy.
Wacky man today.
I'm a wacky man.
Nick.
I'm in a very light mood.
Well,
I just read. Did you ever read Thomas Merton before?
I have read Thomas Merton.
I finished his book, Seven
Seven
Story
Story
Mountain.
Mountain. Yeah.
Beautiful.
what's it about?
Oh, it's about this guy who becomes a Trappist monk and how his whole journey, like basically kind of draft dodged, honestly. He was facing World War II and he was
He was
like,
like,
maybe
"Actually, I'm
I
a monk.
will become.
I'm actually a monk.
And he's pretty clear about it. He was like, I was just going to check it out. And they're like, we'll give you one more month to get your affairs in order. And he's like, yeah, monk it is. And his brother went actually and died as a pilot. And he wrote a very beautiful poem for his brother at the end of the book.
Oh,
It
damn.
was about his like brother's dead body that's just charred up in the middle of some field.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
great. It was a beautiful book though.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He embraced Eastern philosophy
Yeah.
and Buddhism, and he was like the first major religious heavyweight in the West to do that. So that his writings are actually still pretty popular.
Yeah. So either way, that's why I'm in a very light mood. I finished it last night.
Buoyant. Thomas Merton has made you buoyant.
It has. He's lifted me above just this absolute terrible society that we're all trapped in.
Well, I'm sure our discussion will bring you back down to earth.
Yeah,
and,
let's talk Diddy.
Put you in the seventh circle of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, so you did a deep dive on the diddler himself.
P. Diddy, yes. You know, it's kind of interesting. I like to stick to facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching people talk about P. Diddy, and some guy says this, and there's just been this rabid speculation. And then I think I've even seen the Illuminati, that he's part of the Illuminati or something like that.
That's Jay-Z.
And yes. And so I decided to take a deep dive into P. Diddy. I got his lawsuits, the 5 lawsuits that were pending against him. I read them. And 2 of those lawsuits were initiated by women who were minors at the time. I mean, he was really into roofing young girls.
Yeah.
And molesting them. And one of the girls that he roofied, he took video of him doing a Bill Cosby on her, and then showed it to a bunch of his friends after. And so he's kind of a nasty piece of work. But all his homes were equipped with hidden cameras.
Yeah. Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, really.
So people are comparing him to Epstein. Now, it's going to be interesting because I believe that he's going to take the fall for a lot.
You think he's going down?
I think he's going to take the fall for a lot of people because there are, I mean, he was
very unlike Diddy, though. He let Shine go to.
True. Well, actually, that was almost like a real trial. Yeah. I think this one's going to be very carefully choreographed, and some other, like maybe his sons may go down. I mean, his sons seem to be rapists too. So it's kind of interesting. But where the 2 interconnect, it's kind of, which is what I found out is Damian Williams is the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. And he was the one that covered up the Epstein trial. Mm-hmm. His district oversaw that investigation, and they only called 4 witnesses. And those victims had only been molested by Epstein and Maxwell. They didn't call any witnesses that were molested by any of the power brokers that Epstein was pandering to.
Is this the original trial where they sealed it, or his most recent one?
No, the last one.
Okay,
actually, Maxwell's trial.
Gotcha.
He was going to prosecute Epstein too, but Epstein, his death kind of precluded that.
True, yeah.
But yes, that trial was totally choreographed, and it was a total fix. I mean, Maxwell should have been indicted on multiple counts of child trafficking. And the procurers should have been, they could have done a RICO with it, where you get the procurers, you indict them on 10 counts of child trafficking, they're looking at 1,000 years, and then they roll over on the big fish. And that did not happen in that case at all. They kept it very tight, and only Maxwell was the one that went down. Now, that guy is the guy, and because it's kind of strange that P. Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were the ones that were searched, but that search warrant emanated from the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams. So he's taking the helm of the P. Diddy
he's in
case.
control of all. Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
So that's why I know that the fix is in with P. Diddy. But this is also interesting. Damian Williams went to Yale Law School on a grant from the Soroses.
What?
And where it gets a little interesting is Peter Soros, their kid, is in Epstein's black book, and he's circled twice. Now, being circled incriminates you because the house manager who ripped off the black book circled all the people that he thought were in cahoots with Epstein, and Peter Soros is circled twice. So that's kind of a conflict of interest, but I don't think that really matters.
So why are the penalties so low? So she got 20 years, right, for trafficking kids?
Yeah.
Because if you look up, you hear about guys molesting kids, they get out a lot of times. Did you see the Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah.
Well, they would
That
get out
guy,
after like
Pickle
6
Boy?
Yeah, Pickle Boy. They would do. Why?
Boy.
How is the
Free
law
my
set
man
up?
Pickle Boy, dude. Free
right,
my
dude.
man Pickle Boy.
Proof him, dude. Put him under the jail, dude.
Yeah, he's back.
How is it that the penalties are only like 6 years for that versus like you would think like
Dude, we were watching. We watched Zodiac last night. The guy, the alleged Zodiac killer,
yeah.
Lee Allen or whatever.
Yeah.
He got in the middle of being the Zodiac, allegedly.
Yeah.
He got arrested working at a school for molesting children. He went to jail for like 3 years.
Yeah, why is the penalty so low for that?
Got out, went right back to writing Zodiac letters and killing people. Anyway, jerk. Yeah, you get like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have no idea why the law is set up that way. You would think, like, I always say, like, who would you rather live next to, and that should be the law. How long you go to jail for? Pedophiles, 100 years. 100
Well, I
years.
mean, it's
that's a-
not 4.
it's a 15 to life sentence. So I'm sure that if you're living in a trailer park and you molest a girl, that they'll put you away for life.
Yeah.
but it's a little different with the people that run our world, I guess.
Or it's a life sentence to live with your mom. I think that's the life sentence. Life sentence, your mother's basement for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
I would off myself
grounded.
before that happened.
You just get grounded, I guess, if you're a pedophile. But yeah, that's crazy. Maxwell was like, she was famous for it. You'd think they'd make an example out of her for a long time. You were saying she's in a dormitory now?
She's in a dormitory. And the dormitories are generally for people that have done time and been exemplary prisoners and are about to get out. But she's right in a dormatory now. So
Crazy.
And she got how many years?
she got 20 years.
Do you think how many of those do you think she's serving?
Well, in the Fed system, I mean, not that this is going to really count.
Yeah.
In the Fed system, you've got to do 85% of your time. So she should end up doing like 27 years or 17 years.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, she kept her mouth shut and she's got a lot of money that's waiting for her. And I think that was kind of the deal. This is just my opinion. My surmise is
Yeah.
they sat Maxwell down. They said, Ghislaine, you've done some really good stuff for us. You've enabled us to blackmail a lot of people. But, if you keep your mouth shut, you won't end up like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you're going to have to do some time, but then you're going to have lots of money when you get out.
Yeah, maybe she'll have her own like Target line. She'll have like home goods Target line. Buy Ghislaine Maxwell.
I was thinking, I don't know if Target would stoop that. Maybe Walmart should have her own Walmart line. I'm a Minnesotan, and Target began in Minnesota.
True,
So
true.
I have kind of a
My bad.
special affinity
Excuse
for. Although what's kind of strange is I think Walmart and Target are kind of a jump ball, but as far as like quality and service and things like that. But people in New York actually have Target bags. It's almost chic to have like a Target bag. I've never ever seen a Walmart bag, someone using a Walmart bag in New York.
Yeah, they'll walk around. Usually they're homeless if they're walking around
Yeah,
with
if you
a
got the Walmart bag, things
That
aren't
is
going
not,
well.
yeah, that's not a Louis Vuitton purse by any means.
Well, actually, I saw a homeless guy in New York a couple of weeks ago. He had like 8 Target bags. So
he was doing well.
homeless chic. Yeah.
Well, so the Diddy thing, you think Diddy's go? I wonder. I don't think Diddy thinks he's gonna go down.
Where do you get that?
I just think about it because it's like they were saying like, well, they were like he could just flee the country, but I was like, I don't think he thinks he's gonna.
Somebody just told me that. They're like, Matt said he doesn't think he's going down. I was like, is Matt fucking talking to him?
No, I'm just saying like because otherwise you think he would flee, but if he's, I don't know.
I think he is. I think the boys got him.
He invented the remix, dude. You think he's not going down?
Now that's a valid point.
Because otherwise, he has the means to. He's a flight risk. He could take off.
I would think that there's a eye in the sky on P. Diddy. At
You
this
think
point.
it's like okay, that makes
I think
sense.
the people that raided his house are
Yeah, true.
pretty powerful.
True.
I think they got a good location on that guy. And they're
Yeah.
like, we know you got blackmail stuff. That's what I heard. I heard they raided the house to get the.
the blackmail material.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with Epstein, where they drilled his safe and they pulled out hundreds of DVDs.
What?
And I've done freedom of information requests on. I didn't, of course, want the DVDs because who knows, what licentious, nefarious things they're filled with. But I did ask for reports on the DVDs.
I've been having a tough time getting Pornhub down here. I might need the Epstein DVDs.
The box set.
The box set, dude. Get the portable DVD player going in the bathroom.
Well, if I ever get the DVDs, I'll
Toss me the good ones. Toss me the good ones.
So
Yeah, scrub the bad stuff. And
Get rid of the bad stuff.
it's kind of funny. When Epstein died, the Fed said the case was closed.
yeah.
So then I put in a FOIA for the reports, and then they said the case is ongoing.
Oh, really?
And then I did it again. I don't know, about 3 months ago, and then again they said the case is ongoing. I mean, the guy's in the ground and rotting,
Yeah,
but the case is
true.
ongoing. So
Trying to see that Stephen Hawking. So I'm trying to see
I
him
want to see Stephen
thunderclap.
Hawking fucking
that would have been tough.
reverse
I think.
forward, reverse forward. Just
Back that thing up, dude.
Maybe-
back it up, Terry.
Hawkins might know some stuff about physics that we don't have a clue about.
True.
So, yeah.
True.
You never know.
Sexually, he could
Yeah,
Hawkins.
get a little wormhole going.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So he got. So Diddy, I know who was implicated in Diddy's was Cuba Gooding Jr. got hit pretty hard. Everyone thinks Meek Mill is involved just because he was like, they named basically his circumstances. But what was like the worst one? Because I knew he had the case against Cassie that you're saying he had the underage people. Then
Well,
there
it was
the
Little Rod.
producer. Little Rod. That was
Yeah,
the most
that
fascinating
was,
one.
That was the last one. And
Yeah.
Little Rod, I mean, it's kind of interesting because they've done 3 addendums. His attorneys have done 3 addendums to his initial statement. And each one is getting more salacious
Oh,
and nefarious.
because the first one was pretty bad. That was,
The
Was Little
first one-
Rod with Cuba Gooding?
What's that?
yes.
Was he the one that
Yeah.
Cuba got?
Yeah.
Cuba got him.
More like Cuba batting, if you ask me.
It's kind of interesting on that link that I sent you. It's
This is all I got.
the link that I sent you. It was Diddy and his kid Justin took a rapper. We only know the guy's name is G, and took him into the bathroom, and then multiple shots rang out, and
Yeah.
then the door opened, and G just happened to be bleeding from his abdomen, and Diddy told Jones, don't say I had anything to do with this, and I got to leave and take off. And then Jones was taken out. It was at Diddy's studio. Jones was taken out of the studio, and the cops were called. And I've got a news article that says that G was shot outside the studio. But Jones took pictures of the bathroom.
Of the blood in the bathroom.
And
I saw that.
There's a bunch of blood in the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that shooting people, that's probably against the law too. It's hard.
Yeah, he's.
But Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, he was head of security for Michael Jackson. So there's a dude that knows how to keep secrets. And according to Jones, he's a fixer. He's really tied into the LAPD. And what's really interesting with that is, Michael Jackson was getting prescription drugs from all over, and he was using pseudonyms like Josephine Baker, and I think Jack London was one of them. But then Fahim Muhammad's name is right there as far as one of the people that was providing Jackson with drugs. And nothing happened to Muhammad. The doctor had some problems that was prescribing them, but nothing happened to Fahim Muhammad. So, and Jones maintains that he's like a superlative adept fixer, that he's got connections in the LAPD that can make, he said, that can make either problems or people go away.
Damn. I think Diddy got too pumped on Empire. I think that might have been what happened. He might have watched Empire
good
too many
show,
times.
dude.
Freaked out.
Shoot a guy in the stomach in front of your son. Like, this is our empire. Dude.
Well, the
This is how I hold
son's
it down.
busted. I heard the son is like for sure getting busted on one
Well,
of the
the
things.
last lawsuit is against the son.
Yeah.
And it was Diddy rented a yacht, and some woman said that she had been molested. That the woman, Diddy's implicated because the woman said that Diddy set up a environment where these workers were going to get molested. And this woman,
Put him on a yacht.
put them on, there's
the
no way to
implication.
go.
Yeah.
It's the implication.
Damn. Well, Diddy's going down. You heard it first. I didn't know. I was like, maybe they don't have enough solid stuff on him. So just a lot of it is like a lot of hearsay. But yeah, it seems like he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go there.
I think he's getting
Kells,
Epstein.
Kells is out, but Kells, Diddy. Damn. Well, think he's gonna get killed?
Yeah, probably, right? If he does,
I don't know. They're going to probably give him the Ghislaine Maxwell talk. Well, did some bad things, and it all depends upon who he's compromising people for, because there's enough information that his homes had hidden cameras that I actually believe that his homes had hidden cameras. So I just don't think that he was blackmailing people for himself.
Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting is the guy that he started Bad Boy Records with is Clive Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And Clive Davis has an interesting criminal history. He was charged with not paying his taxes in 71, 72, and 73. He was head of CBS Records. And he was busted embezzling $94,000 from CBS Records. And the guy that he was using was a Genovese crime family named Pasquale Falcone. And how they intersected with, this is kind of interesting, how they intersected with Davis is Falcone was smuggling 22 pounds of heroin into the United States. And then they started looking at Falcone, and then they saw that he was doing these illegalities with Clive Davis. And then he also shelled out $250,000 for payola. That's giving kickbacks to radio stations, which is totally illegal.
Yeah.
But he did all these things, Clive Davis. He did all these things, and he walked. The dude never spent a day in jail.
Oh, then he teamed up with the Diddler. That makes sense.
And then he came out with the Diddler.
The feds said,
Yeah, that was the connection.
we need you. We need the Diddler.
Damn.
So you've got it's an interesting alchemy right now with P. Diddy. You've got his head of security, who is a fixer, who knows how to keep secrets about child abuse. You've got Clive Davis, who has been busted on innumerable things and felonies and not spend a day in jail. And then you've got a U.S. attorney that likes to cover up child abuse. So it's a pretty interesting alchemy to see how those things all turn out.
What do you think about Jay-Z? Nothing on him yet at all?
There's a lot of innuendo about this person or that person. Like Diddy says when he was sued by his girlfriend Cassandra, Cassie Ventura. According to Jones, he says, well, I've got enough leverage on Bishop T.D. Jakes to get him to go to bat for me and say I'm a good guy and nice guy. And now Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's got a real estate empire. I mean, he's got a mega church in Dallas, but he's got like a real estate empire. And now one person on Twitter said that he's gay. So then the next thing, everybody in the news
That's
saying,
pretty good, though.
yeah, and he's blackmailing T.D. Jakes because he likes little boys, or whatever. So
one guy calling you gay on Twitter. That might be the straightest guy on earth.
and the person said, well, it's right there on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now here's a guy that's worth millions of dollars, and he just did a deal with Wells Fargo that could be up to $1 billion in housing. So, and he's a preacher, which his being a media mogul and also a real estate baron, it seems a little at odds with preaching. I mean, not when you get to the evangelical side and you're on television, I guess not.
Yeah, mega church mega churches are like basically businesses and stuff where you can, you just get a guy and be like, yo, fund me. I'm going to start 10 more of these things.
I got to meet Jim and Tammy Baker once. Not really the highlight of my life, but it was interesting. A friend of mine was an Herbalife distributor, and the feds busted him.
What? For what?
dispensing Herbalife, marijuana.
Oh, he
This
wasn't
is-
actually
this is-
Herbalife, yeah.
This is before. I used to call it Herbalife. Now, but that reference is kind of lost.
He used to dispense Herbalife.
So did I.
There was actually
I
something
get
called
Rico'd on
Herbalife.
that. I benefited financially.
There was actually something called Herbalife, but you guys are too young to know about that. When you get old and crusty like me, there's a lot of references.
I remember Herbalife. The guys, there was this couple that would stand in the back of the church, and they had pins that said "Lose weight now, ask me how," and they would stand in the back of the church.
At Catholic church? Get them out of there. They're selling their wares.
I know. I almost flip. If they had tables,
You
I
gotta
would
flip
flip
the
them.
tables.
But yeah, it was this couple, and they had the guy with like a skinny guy with a mustache and the lady with 80s hair, and they would just stand in the back, and they looked great. I'll be honest. They were
looked
both
good.
looking pretty slender.
Yeah.
So a buddy
Pre
of mine,
Instagram. You had to just go stand in public and go,
Lose
I
weight
know
now."
secrets. There's secret drugs you can take. Everything will be better.
It was just a veteran, probably. Yeah.
try crystal meth.
Yeah.
You lose
An
weight.
herbal life together, you will lose weight. So I was visiting a buddy of mine in the federal prison in Rochester, Minnesota, which is kind of like a club fed. A lot of mafia guys end up there, and when you visit someone, at least in this prison, they put you in a little group, and then they escort you across this courtyard, and I was in the same group as Tammy Faye, and she looked like. She does when she's live. She looks like maybe an Avon train wreck or something like that. I mean, she's definitely putting on her makeup with a trowel.
Yeah.
And I wondered why Jim Baker got. He was originally like 100 years or something. I mean, it was appealed and got knocked down, and she got nothing. But when I met them both, so I was talking to my buddy and.
And what they did, they were like a mega. What do they do?
Well, they had a mega church, and
they got arrested.
Well, he got arrested for embezzling and all kinds of other things.
right.
And he was building like a born again. Damn. Yeah, there we go. There's
It's like a
Tammy.
secretary from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's exactly that. That's crazy. Cleveland rocks.
So
Cleveland.
I was visiting my buddy, and then she came and sat next to Jim, and I was sitting next to my buddy, and he had this sinister grin on his face. I mean, there was something kind of malignant about him. And what I felt about Tammy was, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to go up to like this desk, and they'd give you a key, and then and I watched her go up to this desk, and the only thing I could think of, and I'm not trying to be disparaging here,
sure.
but the only thing I could think of is she's really a fucked up person. I mean, that's really what I
it's
felt.
honest.
I mean, and he's sinister, and now he's got his own evangelical show again.
Oh, he got out, and now
back.
he's back
Yeah.
to the same thing. So, what was her deal though? Was she there just to visit him?
To
Was it like
visit him,
a-
yeah,
she's
and
gonna
she
dump out.
ultimately.
Bringing
Herbalife.
Yeah.
Just dumped out some Herbalife.
Did they get conjugals? Did he get conjugals in there? Maybe he was smiling. 'cause he was about to get
conjugals
some
got.
puss.
I don't think there's any more conjugals left.
They don't do
at
that
this
anymore?
point. Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
too
of course,
bad.
prisoners have their own conjugal thing,
True.
but
True that.
of a certain stripe. But well, so Jim Baker's got his own show now, and you would think with all that scandal, and I was also told that Jim. I probably shouldn't say this because it is derogatory and defaming, but I was told that Jim spent a lot of time on his knees when he was in prison.
Really?
Praying.
Yeah.
Damn, who told you that?
Some people that were that did time with him.
Damn.
So
Probably, I mean, his enthusiasm was probably great.
True.
so now that I know these,
got to take it out. Come out of this.
so now that I know these
demon
things
out of
about
this
Jim,
Just anointing himself with the chrism, dude.
Running around after he gets the facial.
That is insane. I mean, again, I know what you're saying. You don't want to implicate yourself in any kind of negative smearing, but as just a joke, it's very funny for a mega church pastor to just be just pulling it out of guys in prison.
Say your name, demons. Be gone from this man. Oh Lord. Oh.
Mega church pastors get into a lot of those problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all freaks.
Yeah, it's and I feel sorry for the people that believe in them and then ultimately end up giving them tons of money. And
Yeah.
there was an article. It was either Time or Newsweek did an article because Jim Baker would go out with all these prostitutes, and then he would have them do stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, and there was one prostitute that said, you know, I've got 2 kids, and I wouldn't let them near that guy. So, and here he is preaching to millions of people every Sunday.
Really? She was like, he was too,
I guess he's got some aberrations.
some requests.
Time magazine and or Newsweek, I can't remember which one, really didn't delineate on those aberrations, but I think that we can, from the anecdote that I've told you about is stay in prison, I think we can maybe extrapolate well.
Yeah. Probably some.
All right, so final thoughts on the diddler?
I think he's going to go down. But here's the thing. Diddy just didn't have musician friends, but he was plugged into politics, not quite like Epstein.
Vote or
but,
die.
But
I forgot about
Yeah, he was old. He was,
Yeah, true.
and he also had a lot of sports people too. So going to his, well, he had regular parties and then he had what he called freak off parties.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if any other people are going to go down. And the feds can be very persuasive. I mean, they can say, Diddy, you made a lot of money. I mean, we can take it all.
Yeah, true.
And put you away for 1 million years, and then, or else you can go gently into that good night, and you can keep your money, and we won't arrest half your family.
Damn.
I wrote a book called Confessions of a DC Madam, and it was about a guy who ran a gay escort service in Washington, D.C., and there was a CIA asset that would use his escorts to frame closeted guys. It was a blackmail operation. And here's the guy, he was a mortician.
That sucks. Just being a guy fucking a gay prostitute and then be like, gotcha. And be like, fuck. We filmed you.
That would for real.
So with Henry, he was a mortician, but he was raised in the southern corner of West Virginia, where people, preach with snakes and things like that. And so Henry moved to DC, and he'd been closeted this whole time. And then through a weird set of circumstances, he bought an gay escort service. And from a guy that was dying. And Henry is really brilliant as far as a marketer. So what he did is he opened up the Yellow Pages and he started calling all the escort services, which are generally fly-by-night operations. And if the phone was disconnected, he'd call up the telephone company and he'd say, I'll pay for the arrears. So he ended up with like half the escorts in the DC Yellow Pages.
True arrears.
True, yeah.
Rear enders. Butt sex.
So his dying friend was like, "Yo, I'll sell you. I'll get a fire
it was
sale.
actually
a stable full
it
of
was someone
gay
he
men."
met who was like a gay version of the Chippendales. Introduced him to this guy. So, and he just and there was a guy. Okay, so with Henry. Now, here's a guy that was running a gay escort service. I mean, all he was doing is running a gay escort service.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he was gay too. You said he was gay in the closet, and then he bought.
He's an innocuous guy. He's a very gentle guy, very quiet, unassuming. I mean,
Gay.
yeah, you would never know that. If you just met him, you'd never know the kind of history he had. So he was indicted on 46 RICO counts.
Damn.
So he was looking at 395 years in prison. And this is what the feds said to him. Henry, we've used your escorts to compromise a lot of guys. And, we appreciate that. And we're going to make a deal with you. We can put you away for 295 years with all these RICO indictments.
Yeah.
Or
And that's in gay years or regular gay years? That's like 20 in regulars straight.
So they said, Henry, we'll give you a consolation prize. You keep your mouth shut and we'll only put you away for 5 years.
Whoa.
So he took the deal. But he was totally sold down the river by his attorney, who was Greta Van Susteren. I mean, what she did to him was pretty egregious.
What'd she do?
She basically sold him out to the government. Anything that the government wanted to do,
It sucks.
she allowed them to do. And she's a Scientologist. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but she got Henry to go to like Scientology boot camp and get cleared. He actually, if
He got clear?
Once you're cleared, you get a blue cake, and then Henry actually got a blue cake. But then he had to go back and get sentenced, and
Oh, he got clear before he went to jail.
yeah, he had some time.
Got blue cakied.
Yeah.
He had some time to get cleared before he went to prison.
That's cool.
But that's what happened with him, is that he was made that deal, and I can see Diddy being made that deal.
Gotcha. That makes sense. He's gonna, the power brokers will.
Yeah.
I mean, how about people just stop being sexually impious and we wouldn't have these problems?
Speak for yourself.
I think in this day and age, that's kind of
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, well, I feel like now they can just grab the web history off people. They can just snag your Pornhubs and be like, yo.
I'm really glad that I was a wild kid in my youth. And I'm really glad that smartphones weren't around in my youth. And YouTube wasn't around, or else I don't know if I'd be able to be a journalist, a respected journalist today. I mean, not that I'm that respected, but I'm somewhat respected.
You're on this podcast, so it's pretty good.
True. Yeah, no,
This is
being
where all the
plugged in,
respected journalists go.
being plugged into phone porn from 12 is like pretty wild.
Yeah, I've been reading about that. It severely messes kids up. That
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, Gardini's young.
Yeah, Gardini's
He's
victim.
an absolute deviant.
But then the thing about Pornhub is they've been busted like nearly 120 times with minors. I mean, you would think that they'd get shut down after 10 or 20 or 30 or something.
Putting out vids of minors, basically. Or just like child labor laws, like having like data entry.
And actually, there's been some girls that were minors that have sued Pornhub.
From their stuff being out. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Everyone has to upload their ID, dude. That's what they do in Texas now. You have to upload your driver's license.
Yeah, I read about that.
I like that.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily a bad idea.
Obviously, probably a good thing, but
Yeah, it's fair.
it's dampening my jacks.
Yeah.
It's put a real damper on my jacks. You just go on and you're immediately reminded of child sex. You're like, oh.
Yeah, true. You go. What do they say?
I
Like,
jack off to that. I don't need thumbnails anymore. I jack off to the governor's warning. I go, oh my God, this is bad.
there's so much porn behind this.
That's innovative.
Yeah,
Or you just end up jacking off to your own license. Like, fuck it.
this is a crazy photo.
I'm
It doesn't even look like me.
The thing about it is, I'm sure you've got narcissists out there that do that.
I mean, yeah, especially your license photo. That'd be crazy.
All right, I think
That's supreme confidence.
we need to make the move, dude. We need to discuss the truth about Watergate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's going on here?
The Truth About Watergate, that's my last book. Everything that you know about Watergate, the vast majority of it is a lie.
So Forrest Gump didn't break it up?
He played only a minor role in Watergate. It's interesting. What happened with Watergate, and there's been some really great books written about Watergate, but they're tomes, and they're very, very complex, and it's hard. I mean, you have to kind of study them. So my goal was to be the unified field theory of Watergate revisionist books. And what happened with Nixon is Nixon decided to do strategic arm limitation talks with the Soviets. And he also started to open up China for diplomacy, rapprochement. And he was doing this behind the backs of the CIA, the Department of Defense, and actually the State Department. And on his first or second day, Nixon didn't like the CIA, and because he felt that the CIA sabotaged him with when he ran against JFK in 1960. So Nixon, it was, I think, National Security Memorandum 2 was some kind of innocuous document that he issued his first or second day, where he said that the CIA, the Department of Defense, and the State Department will have no input whatsoever in any of my geopolitical moves. Basically, he was telling those three bodies just to go to hell, and he was going to do his own thing. And then he started making contact with the Russians, and then he started making contact with the Chinese. He'd been a Cold Warrior, and he saw that that wasn't working. He saw that containment wasn't working. And he just saw that we were spending all this money, and he just realized it wasn't, it just wasn't prudent. It would never work. So he started to do this, and then the Joint Chiefs of Staff actually had an espionage ring against Nixon. It's called the Moore-Radford affair. Thomas Moore was head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was an admiral, and they used Moore and they used Radford, who was a yeoman. That was the link between, because he was using the National Security Council, Nixon was, to do all these moves, and Radford was the liaison between the Joint Chiefs and the National Security Staff. So Radford was stealing all these documents. And Alexander Haig was in on it too. And actually Haig plays a role in the demise of Nixon. So Haig was enabling Radford to steal all these documents. Alexander Haig is, he's a general. He was the Joint Chiefs of, he was Nixon's chief of staff. And then he was ultimately the overall leader of NATO.
Oh,
I would love to see.
And he's from Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia.
Damn.
Go Birds.
So the Joint Chiefs started this espionage ring against Nixon, but the Nixon administration outed the espionage ring.
Oh, they found out.
Yeah. So then the CIA started to infiltrate the Nixon administration, kind of like Scarface at the end of the movie, where he's double-crossed the Bolivian drug dealer and all those assassins are coming. Okay, so that's what the CIA did to the Nixon administration. I mean, they just started inundating the Nixon administration from all different types of angles. And what's interesting about Watergate, it's a conspiracy within a conspiracy, because McCord and Hunt, who are the two guys that were busted in Watergate, their goal was to take down Nixon. They wanted to take down Nixon, but there were two agendas at work, and this is actually my third book on sexual political blackmail, because at the heart of Watergate is a CIA sexual honey trap. And what's really interesting, so the burglars broke into Watergate, and there was a secretary from the Democratic National Committee named Maxie Wells. She kept photos of prostitutes in her desk under lock and key. And if you were a Democratic VIP, you would go there and take a look, and then these girls would be at the Columbia Plaza, which was a high-class apartment building. And the CIA had had video or film or whatever.
So you just walk into this lady's office and she'd be like, check out these ladies.
I mean, I'm sure that there was some kind of secret handshake or code or something like that.
Gotcha.
Probably like, hey, I'd like a hooker. Is there one around? So
Do you think these girls are pretty?
So John, the woman that ran that escort
I hear the
service.
cherry blossoms are beautiful this time of year. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, Senator.
I don't know if there was a lot of cherries at that.
Oh, yeah.
But
The cherries are gone.
I think cherries have been gone a long time. But so John Dean's wife, Maureen Dean, was good friends of Heidi Reichen, who ran that escort service. that CIA compromise escort. And actually, G. Gordon Liddy said that she was part of that escort service, and he was sued, but he managed to win it. The first was a hung jury, but then he won the second trial. But anyway, so one of the burglars, Eugenio Martinez, had a key to the desk where the pictures were taken,
Oh no.
where the pictures were kept. And when they got busted, their photograph equipment was on her desk. So, but then there was another. Okay, so that was the first conspiracy, and that was initiated by.
Sorry, did he, when he used the key, did he get rid of those pictures and they were never
No,
found?
no.
Yeah, what was
well,
he
he
doing?
was. He got busted before he could even get into the desk. I
Okay.
mean, they were on them really quickly, and he tried to get rid of the key. He got the shit kicked out of him twice by Carl Schaffler. Who was
Fucking Schaffler.
Carl Schaffler was the cop that was notified that the Watergate break-in was going down.
Why was he trying to take the pictures of the naked ladies?
I think that they wanted to take as many
Compromise the
pictures
Democrats, or-
pictures of whatever documentation, women, anything that they possibly could.
And this was a CIA guy stealing the ladies?
Okay, so
Yeah, let's
I'm confused.
hold on.
The lady's name was, what was the wife's name again? Marie Heine?
Maureen Dean, John
Maureen
Dean's
Dean.
wife.
Gotcha.
Who's John Dean?
Okay, so John Dean was counsel to the president,
Okay.
and he was the guy that supposedly saw that that the Nixon administration was awash in moral turpitude and corruption.
Gotcha.
And he's the guy, he had a book called, it's actually a great piece of fiction. It's called Blind Ambition. And he was the guy that turned on Nixon in the Nixon administration. And then ultimately it was Nixon's word against Dean's word. But there's quotes or there's tapes of Nixon talking about Dean and Dean lying. I mean, Dean, he's a snaky guy. And Maureen Dean was very, very attractive. And John Dean, well, but she was good friends with Heidi Reichen. And what's really interesting is a number of people have thought that she was working as a prostitute for Heidi Reichen, or working with Heidi Reichen, running her prostitute gig. And now, John Dean's book was Blind Ambition, and Maureen Dean was Watergate, A Woman's Journey. And they both say that they met in L.A., that Maureen Dean was living in L.A. when they met. And then they had a torrid romance, and then Maureen Dean flew to Washington, and then that was it. She moved in with John Dean. But I found an article in the Washington Post where it's talking about her working for the government before that. So either they're lying in their books or the Washington Post is lying, because it's out of the, if you take that chronology in the Washington Post, it's because people have said Maureen Dean was a hooker, but it never made any sense to me, because she flew back to Washington, D.C. and she lived with John Dean. She didn't need to be a hooker to make money. But according to the Washington Post, she was already in Washington, D.C. when she met John Dean. So with that timeline, it's definitely feasible that she could have been a hooker with Heidi Reichen. And plus, her and Heidi Reichen were very good friends. That's pretty much proven.
Gotcha. So what did they actually nail him for? So you're saying that Nixon, if I'm right or wrong, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's like Nixon's people had this prostitution thing going on, and they tried to expose that, and then he caught them trying to do
Okay,
it.
so what happened was Nixon didn't know anything.
He didn't know it was okay.
He didn't know anything about any
That's
of
kinda
this.
my question was,
And actually, the top people in the Nixon administration didn't know about Watergate. They knew nothing about Watergate. And it was Jeb Magruder, who was the acting chairman of the committee to reelect the president. And it was John Dean that sent them in there to the Watergate.
And they were, the story I was always, they were just in there to steal what, Democrat like political plans?
Well, dirt.
They were just in there to get dirt on the
Dirt.
on
The
Dean
second
events.
time, the first time, actually, there were two break-ins. The first time was dirt or this first time was, any kind of documentation, but the second time was definitely dirt.
Okay.
I mean, that's why they had the key to Maxie Wells' death.
Yes. But
Now-
if they were in there to get dirt, I thought they were against Nixon. A
Well,
lot of those guys.
no, they were CIA guys.
Yeah.
All those guys were CIA except for G. Gordon Liddy, the crazy one, but they were all CIA. So the overt plan to get it for them was to get dirt. The plan that Magruder and Dean told them to do was to get dirt. Now there was a second agenda going on there. Those CIA guys, McCord and Hunt, had infiltrated the Nixon administration, like those assassins in Scarface. And their goal was to get Nixon out of office. And they had the opportunity because that whole thing was a setup. McCord really hated Nixon, and Hunt didn't like him at all. And just to make sure,
They're gonna steal him out of the office.
what's that?
So they're gonna kidnap him, steal him out of the office. So how are they gonna do it though? Are they just gonna like plant something or just like look for bad
Or
stuff?
just intentionally get caught.
They were just going to see how it went out. But then there's the media side of it too, which I can get into a little bit later. But with the CIA guys, they wanted the burglars were Cubans that had worked with the CIA before. But Hunt and McCord were actual agents.
Gotcha.
Now they were ostensibly retired, but they weren't. I'm in the book. I show that they're still working with the CIA. So the goal of Dean and Magruder was to get dirt on the Democrats, and some people have speculated that Dean wanted those pictures because his wife was in those pictures. I don't know, but that's what people have speculated. But the CIA guys, that was not their goal. Their goal was to incriminate Nixon. And so at the Watergate, the Democratic National Committee was on the 6th floor. And on the 8th floor was the Federal Reserve Committee or whatever it was, Federal Reserve. And now someone had broken into the Federal Reserve about a month before the first Watergate burglary. And the McCord really tried hard to get busted. So at about midnight, 6 guys in suits signed into the Watergate at midnight and went up to the 8th floor, signed in for the Federal Reserve. But the security guard was like, I think he probably had the IQ of an avocado. He couldn't figure that out at all. So the second time they went in, there was a guy named Baldwin, and he called the DC police. And Carl Schaffler was he was a DC policeman, but he'd also worked for intelligence, probably a little bit of both. And he was a block and a half away. And then when the call came in, they went right to the Watergate, and then they got busted. And Nixon, so those were the two. It was a conspiracy within a conspiracy. The overt conspiracy was to get dirt, and then the CIA's conspiracy, the covert conspiracy, was to get Nixon.
And you're saying Nixon didn't even know about the
No.
get dirt plan?
Didn't have a clue. None of those guys did. And that's what they were calling each other. And they go, who sent these guys in? Because Nixon was way ahead of McGovern. I mean, he walloped McGovern. It was going to be probably the biggest landslide up to that point. Reagan's
Up till 2024.
True. Why did he get in trouble for people breaking in though? I don't understand.
What's that?
Why was he? So he got in trouble.
so
for
we're
somebody
Nixon-
Yeah, they sent Watergate was just they sent people into the Democratic committee to steal shit. That's what he got impeached
got
for.
blamed for that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. That was the how it was portrayed,
Okay, that makes sense. So that's,
and that's what Nixon left office for. Hit the fucking
hit
No,
on
but
that.
what happened, what he left office for was obstruction of justice. Because Nixon, I mean, you listen to the tapes of these guys and they're going like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, who ordered those guys to break in? Now, Magruder and Dean, who ordered them to break in, kept quiet. So those guys had no idea.
Damn, so there was just like 9 burglars in the building and everyone was
Yeah.
just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man out.
But Nixon, his natural instinct was to cover it up. I mean, he didn't know why anybody broke into the office, or he didn't know some of the other crazy stuff that these guys had done.
Yeah.
But it was just his political instinct to cover it up.
Gotcha.
And that's where he
Makes
got
sense.
busted. Is he tried to use the CIA, and the CIA double-crossed him. He tried to use the CIA because the FBI launched this investigation, and they found leads to the Nixon administration because of Hunt and McCord. And he tried to get the CIA to play their national security guard to stop the FBI. Now, Richard Helm was head of the CIA at that point, and him and Nixon hated each other. When there would be a cabinet briefing or a National Security Council briefing, Helms was allowed to brief the cabinet members or the National Security Council, but then after that, he had to leave. I mean, Nixon had overt, they really hated each other. Now, Richard Helms said, no, we're not going to cover it up. But then Nixon said something about the Kennedy assassination. And actually, there's tapes where Nixon is grilling Helms. Who shot John? Who shot John? And so Nixon leveraged them with the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, wow.
And then Helms said, okay, we'll do it. But he didn't. So, and actually the CIA provided more incriminating evidence against Nixon. But Nixon didn't know any of this stuff. All these machinations were just going on below the surface.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had no idea. I thought he got like in trouble for like stealing stuff. I didn't know what happened. I thought like, he actually just stole stuff and got busted and was like, my bad.
I'm not a crook, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a crook.
The thing is, if Dean and Magruder hadn't ordered those break-ins, then Nixon would have.
That's what was tied to his, to get those
would've been-
pictures
And
of their wives, their hot wives.
Damn.
Their hot wife and they got busted. We gotta get those naked pictures of our hot prostitute wives out of there. Shit's about to go down.
well, at least they were
naked
adults. I mean, I got to give them that much. You know? They were adults.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, true. Well, yeah.
By today's standards, that was,
by
was
today's
above
standard,
board.
yeah.
Yeah, that was actually very nice of them. Very chivalrous.
So they wanted Nixon out because he was trying to chill out on the Cold War.
Well, he was befriending the communists.
Yeah.
And the Hawks and the CIA and the Department of Defense hated the communists.
Nixon's always portrayed in like modern, every movie he's in, he's like a war hawk. Like he's always like, we need to nuke them now.
Yeah. Well,
Meanwhile, he was trying to de-escalate.
yes, big time. And he even told the Soviets that he was willing to relinquish Vietnam.
Didn't it end under his administration?
Yeah, Vietnam War?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he bombed the shit out of the Vietnamese before he did
He
that.
gave that a shot.
But Nixon is kind of split personality. So he really worked hard to do a arms deal with the Soviets because he saw the nuclear escalation. And actually, he cut defense by 64% in his administration. And he did some positive, like OSHA, and he wanted to give health care for everybody, all Americans. He enacted some the Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, that was also a Nixon initiative. He did do some good things. Now we just look at him as evil incarnate. But but it was so. What was really interesting about this is Woodward and Bernstein were essentially the guys that the two reporters that brought him down, and they're the most pathological liars of probably anybody in the entire Watergate saga. It's really interesting. And Ben Bradley was the editor of the Washington Post, and he was a CIA guy too. So, and Woodward was also a CIA guy. Bernstein just wanted money for nothing and chicks for free. I mean, he blew all his money on prostitutes and coke. and he had a tough time after that. But
Bernstein.
and so what's fascinating, I mean, people think that those two are like the Mount Rushmore of journalism. And I mean, what's amazing about them is they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. I mean, a lot of time they need to lie, and I understand that, but they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. It's kind of amazing.
What were some of their most like egregious lies?
Deep Throat. Okay, Deep Throat was the guy that gave Woodward all the dirt on Nixon to take him down. Now,
Why did he call himself Deep Throat, by the way?
what's that?
Why did he call
That
himself
was back
Deep Throat?
before it was really fucking. It really was. I remember even as a kid being like, "Why do they call him Deep Throat?" I don't like that. Didn't they make a porn like
Well,
right
there was-
away?
there was-
that like popularized.
Did it really?
That
Yeah.
being like that's
That's
sexual.
Deep Throat.
Yeah.
There was a very popular porn movie called Deep Throat, and that's what Woodward.
Oh, he just named himself after it. That's pretty sick.
Oh, he named himself after it.
Well, he named his source Deep Throat.
Oh, okay.
Was the porn out before he named it Deep Throat,
The
or did
porn,
the porn come from
the
Deep
porn
Throat?
was out, and then there was a Supreme Court battle over it, and then the porn, and then it was
okay.
back in. I
Damn.
believe by the time.
My political
Well.
name would have to be Thick Latina Mommies.
The source, Thick Latina Mommy, is here. He's here to give us all his secrets.
Amateur Latino Mommies.
Stepmom Stuck is here.
Yes, the dossier. So he named himself.
Girlfriend Experience is here.
He named himself after a porn. That's crazy.
All right,
No,
so
no,
Deep-
he didn't. Woodward named him.
He named him after his
Woodward's
favorite porn.
Fucking sick ass.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. If I was Deep Throat, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Because he was briefing other agents. They're like, my source, Deep Throat. Like, all right, dude.
And Deep Throat hid his identity, right? So you
Totally
can't-
hid his identity.
You can't be like, dude, stop calling me Deep Throat. You just have to be like, fuck, I'm Deep Throat now.
But if you briefed all the other guys, you'd be
Yeah.
like, well, Deep Throat. They'd be reading the thing like, dude, can you stop calling him Deep Throat, please? Mr. Blue is fine.
Yeah, Mr. Blue works.
But they rolled out a guy named Mark Felt who was severely impaired by Alzheimer's and said this was Deep Throat.
Yes.
And actually, I think Deep Throat was a composite. I think that Woodward was getting. I mean, Woodward's tapped into intelligence. He was naval intelligence.
Okay, so I'm sorry, for everybody that's not familiar with Watergate, Deep Throat was Woodward's inside source on all the stuff that broke to the Washington
Yes.
Post.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Woodward said that he had this elaborate system that he'd contact Deep Throat, that he would move this flower pot
Yes.
on his balcony. Okay, so his apartment faced a courtyard. So Deep Throat couldn't have just driven by
Yeah.
and seen the balcony. He would have to go behind the parking lot. And here's where it really gets problematic. If Mark Felt was fired 6 months before the most incriminating stuff on Nixon came out, the tapes. And so he, according to Woodward's, I mean, no one said this, but he was driving in from Virginia every day, going behind Woodward's building and looking up.
Yeah.
It's total bullshit. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, and they never even found the identity of. So that seems kind of weird to me, to be a journalist and be like, I have a secret source,
yeah,
and then write it as fact.
yes.
That seems outrageous. You can literally make anything up and say,
Yeah,
I have a
true.
secret source.
And especially, I mean, with all the lies that I catch them in. And then it's kind of interesting if Deep Throat ostensibly wanted to contact Woodward, he would take the New York Times and then he'd put the time, a clock on whatever page, and then the paper would be delivered to Woodward. But the problem is, all the New York Times that went to that particular apartment building were just put in a pile.
Yeah.
they weren't. They weren't put in front of Woodward's door. So the whole thing about Woodward is, and what happened was, as Watergate started taking a toll on the Nixon administration, he had to start firing people. He fired his chief of staff, Haldeman. He fired his domestic czar, John Ehrlichman. He had to fire his attorney general, Richard Kleindienst. And Alexander Haig was such a great shapeshifter. He had been in that administration because he'd worked for Nixon or worked for Kissinger at the National Security Council. And Nixon really liked him. Haig hated Nixon, but Haig was a really cunning sociopath. So he became Nixon's chief of staff, which was the biggest mistake that Haldeman ever made, H.R. Haldeman. When he got fired, he said, well, try Alexander Haig. And it was Alexander Haig that provided the really incriminating stuff.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. Woodward and Haig lied. They said they hadn't met each other until 1973. And Woodward was debriefing Haig in the 1960s when Woodward was with Naval Intelligence. So that...
Woodward was naval intelligence
Yeah.
before he became a journalist?
Yeah. And here's what...
Free Nixon, bro.
Yeah, true.
So what's interesting is, and I'll tell you just how crazy the Woodward story is. So Woodward, he graduates from Yale, and he's accepted to Harvard Law School. And then he ostensibly goes to the Washington Post after he's been accepted to Harvard Law School and says, you know, I'd really like to be a reporter. I tell you what, I'm gonna, how about if I write for you guys for 2 weeks? And then if you don't like it, you know, you don't even have to pay me. And if you don't like it, then I'll leave. So that was the deal that was ostensibly made with the Washington Post. And then they put him, ultimately he ended up in the AAA system of the Washington Post in a weekly in Maryland. And he drove a Carmen Ghia. He lived in a very nice apartment. There's no way that he could, and I demonstrate this in the book, there's no way that he could have paid. Woodward was definitely a spy at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no way he was making that
And
money.
then the Washington Post brought him back. And then 9 months later, he and Bernstein broke open Watergate.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
And then they tell all kinds of other lies, but Deep Throat is definitely the biggest lie that they tell.
Do you think the stuff happening to Trump now might be some sort of interference operation or what?
You know, I don't know.
You said it, brother. I was waiting to ask, and I was like, I don't want to.
I was curious. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't. It's really hard to know with Trump. I don't see how that guy cannot be compromised myself. I mean,
But it does have the thing that reminds me of it is like the hallmarks of like JFK and Nixon, where it's like, let's de-escalate with Russia. Let's de-escalate with North Korea and China. Like, why are we, you know what I mean? It seems to be that.
you know, I'm willing to keep my mind open on that.
Yeah.
His tax bill was probably the biggest redistribution of wealth that we've ever experienced in the United States in a short period of time. So he did help the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. He's also circled in Epstein's black book,
Yeah.
Right.
which is pretty incriminating. And he denied being with Epstein, but an Epstein victim has come forward and said that she'd talked to another Epstein victim. They were adults, but that
Yeah.
Trump had been kind of hard on the one victim. So
Damn, hard on how so?
just a little rough.
Rough.
Sexually rough.
Yeah.
I knew it was
I'm not-
dynamo in the sack. Dude.
I mean, we're not talking leather and S&M type stuff. you know?
You just put a hurting on a lady at Epstein's Island. Yeah, I would say, if you're on the, he was pretty good pals.
They were really good pals. And it's tough to know. He said that he heard that Epstein.
I heard he broke it off after the first one when Epstein got arrested in Florida.
Well, he ostensibly broke it off before then.
Yeah.
But I mean, Donald Trump has problems with veracity, so it's difficult to know.
Has there been any connections of him and Epstein after that? Like when he said they were done being friends?
He took Epstein's plane
After that.
Yeah, after that. And he was also visited Epstein's house. A deposition from Epstein's brother, Mark, talks about that.
Damn.
So he did lie. Trump did lie about that.
Yeah.
Got you. With Gates, and Gates revisited him too, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing with Bill Gates.
Yes.
Okay. The media cover story on him is that they met in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
The Evening Standard did an article on Epstein in 2001. And according to that article, Gates and Epstein were doing business in the 90s.
Damn.
So there's a lot that's been covered up about Epstein. And there's guys like me that really want to get at the truth, but the government and the media are just fond of kicking out salacious details. And it's really hard to get to the truth because there's been so many lies. But when I think about Trump being prosecuted or persecuted, you know, I do think about Nixon being persecuted. I believe, you know, here's the thing with Nixon. He wanted to de-escalate the arms race. He wanted to open up China so he could use China against Russia. I mean, that was his thing, and it was working for sure. But then he backed Pinochet, who was a genocidal dictator. He backed Suharto, who was a genocidal dictator, and then Pol Pot. The Chinese were down with Pol Pot, and he wanted to appease the Chinese, so he tacitly backed Pol Pot.
But was that CIA doing that, or that was him?
That was Nixon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the CIA ultimately
Did
things that enabled it.
They got it done. Yeah.
So
Got you.
with Nixon, it's not. The media has sold Nixon as good versus evil, but it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
And the media has also said that it was the left that toppled Nixon when it was actually the right that really had the means, motive, and opportunity.
Yeah.
Initially. I mean, eventually the left got involved, but after the right had inflicted a tremendous amount of damage on him.
Dang. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know much about Watergate. I thought he just got caught doing something kind of bad. And
Yeah, everything that, like I said when we started, everything that you know about Watergate is a lie.
Damn.
Just about everything.
Shit.
Let's take a pee break.
Yeah, I do have to pee really badly.
Quick break.
Quick break, yes.
It can be easy. Hey. I'm Joshing. Eat your chicken, dude. It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you? How do you recharge? Maybe you thrive around people, or maybe you need some more time alone. Therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery. Personal endorsement. Golly.
Yeah, man. You got to fucking figure all these questions
You
out.
got to answer these questions. Otherwise, you're going to spread yourself.
Yep.
Last thing you want is to be spread. You don't want to be spread, dude. You ever been spread?
Yeah, you be careful. No, thank God I wouldn't
Right
do
now, I've been spread. Thankfully,
spread?
I've been home lately, but I was
Sure, yeah,
spread.
you
I
get
was
spread out, yeah.
gaping in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, true. I'll spread myself out a lot of times, family, and then I'll just.
Spread yourself in front of your family. Yeah. At Thanksgiving, you come there, you spread in front of everyone.
I'm like a turkey on the table.
You can just lay down, put an apple in your mouth, and just spread. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient and flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief. It's so funny thinking of them getting this ad reads. Brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. And you know that's something me and Matt love the most about BetterHelp.
True.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. And that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP. Dude,
That's what I'm talking about.
Think about your dad coming down at Thanksgiving and fucking spreading himself.
I just like to switch up. They're like, you're narcissistic, bipolar. I go, next. Try again.
Nope, wrong.
I demand another. All right, here we go. Ever experienced the agony of harsh smoke, throat burning, or coughing attacks when smoking cannabis? The struggle is real, but the solution is chilly. That's right. I'm talking about the smoothest way to light up, and that's with Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, and bongs that are 80% colder than using ice cubes to chill smoke. The magic is in freezable glycerin. The magic is freezable glycerin chambers that come on every piece. Simply, pause.
Is that what?
Simply pop the chamber in the freezer for 1 hour, and as smoke passes through, it's instantly chilled by over 300 degrees. So every puff arrives ice cold and cough free. Yeah, I mean, dude, we can joke around all we want. Those things cool down smoke. You can't deny it. It is what it is. Those are just the facts. American owned and with over 100,000 happy customers, Freeze Pipe uses the thickest glass and market-leading glycerin chambers for a smoother experience you have to feel to believe. Ditch harsh smoke forever by visiting thefreezepipe.com and use code DRENCHED for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code DRENCHED for 10% off. Shop today for free shipping and smoke like royalty without paying a king's ransom.
Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. It's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free. You can choose your preferred form, pouches, breakers, or gum, and you can choose your strength from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams. 12's a lot. And I'll tell you what, I know some hockey players that would like that.
Oh, yeah.
Flavors include mint, apple ice. That's the hockey player's favorite.
True.
Espresso, mango, and more. Save yourself from the weekly gas station stop and sign up for a monthly subscription, which saves you 15%, no commitment, cancel anytime. Avoiding the gas station stop is very nice.
Yeah, man.
That's big for Lucy.
Yeah, I might get in a fight.
Personal endorsement, I go to the gas station sometimes for my gas station fix. I don't like it. That's why I switched to Lucy, and I like Lucy.
Yep. You don't have to talk to any ruffians that might be hanging out there.
The ruffians there, yes.
Careful.
The product that sets Lucy apart is Lucy Breakers. It's nicotine pouches, but with a tiny capsule inside. That capsule contains a liquid flavor that saturates the pouch before it's even in use. Oh, fucking saturates some lady's pouch. Break it in with your teeth and boom, instant nicotine release when you need it. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drenched and use promo code DRENCHED to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Lucy.co and use code DRENCHED to get 20% off and always free shipping.
Straight
and
up.
Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Shit. Oh, please. Also, this week I'll be in Las Vegas. Please come. Wise Guys, Las Vegas. Go to mattmccusker.com for tickets. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other shows. Please come. Bye. Yep.
Just don't even ask. Stick
Get
your
in there.
fucking beak in the camera.
Well,
Get in there.
sorry. That would be quick. Me, Lemaire, and Nate's show is on May 7th at the Creek in the Cave. If you're in Austin, Texas, please come.
Those have been really fun shows.
Yeah, they
they've
are.
been great. The
And
next
now
one's-
Nate's with you guys.
Nate's with us. It's a 3-man team now.
You guys are, yeah.
Pause.
Resume.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't ever backtalk Matt
sorry,
like that
sorry,
again.
Matt. Sorry. And
No,
please
it's
come
fine.
to Raleigh. Good Nights in Raleigh on June 6th. Thank
Oh,
you.
God. Now we got a big shot touring comic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wish. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, before we get into the Watergate stuff,
Yeah, we'll do this as like a precursor almost. Almost. There you go. Yeah, we'll do it as a precursor.
yeah, because a lot of the people listening to this are young men that just young men that
Yeah.
have never really heard of Watergate or have just a brief summary of some names and what the overall scandal, or at least is portrayed as.
The official narrative. Yeah.
Okay, the official narrative with Watergate is Richard Nixon sanctioned Watergate, and the burglars got busted. And then Nixon tried to cover it up. And then that's ultimately what he was taken down for, is obstruction of justice.
Okay.
But the real Watergate story is
Yes.
Nixon didn't have a clue that those guys were breaking in to the Watergate. He had a couple of guys on his staff, Jeb Magruder, who was acting chairman for the committee to re-elect the president, and John Dean, who was counsel to the president. those two guys sanctioned the Watergate break-ins. And the burglars, G. Gordon Liddy and was the only one that wasn't CIA. All those burglars were CIA guys or CIA assets or had been CIA assets. G. Gordon Liddy was the only one, and he'd worked for the FBI. So Liddy was the point man, and Liddy thought that breaking into the Watergate was coming from Nixon's Attorney General, John Mitchell.
Right.
He had no idea that it was coming from Jeb Magruder and John Dean. So they sent the burglars in the first time to get as much information on the Democrats. Now, the Watergate was the sixth floor of the Democratic National Committee was on the Democratic National Committee was on the sixth floor of the Watergate. And the burglars broke in the first time and they were looking for like Democratic strategies, things like that.
Gotcha.
And then they broke in a second time.
The first time they broke in, they didn't get caught.
They did not get caught. No.
And this was how long before the second break-in?
About 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then 3 weeks later, they were ordered to get as much dirt as they possibly could. And the Democratic National Committee was connected to a brothel that was a CIA honey trap. And what happened was the secretary at the Democratic National Committee had in her desk, she had pictures of a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah.
And Democratic VIPs would check out the pictures of the
Funny they
prostitutes.
got busted doing that. So that was a whole separate issue. Yeah. So we got that one.
All right.
Yeah, we got that one.
I think we're good.
Yeah. So we got the preamble.
Let's fire it up right back to where we were, which was, what were we talking about? Yeah, Bill Gates.
Easy.
All right. We just got done talking about Bill Gates' connection with Epstein back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What bothers me about Gates, have you guys ever tried to get a hold of a human if you've had a problem with Word?
Oh, it's the worst, dude. Or you know what happened one time? What happens is they'll do a thing where you'll just like an Indian guy will just take over your computer. Like I was like moving my mouse and my mouse would start going to the left and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he was like, sir, please stop. Yeah, they'll just, if you gotta give them permission, they'll just get into your computer and start fucking going nuts on it.
You've gone for, I've never been
It
able
took
to
a
make
lot for me to get that though. I was chatbot after chatbot.
If they got into my computer, dude,
Yeah, and
they
eventually,
could ruin all of my Total War campaigns.
dude, you could
They
tank
could start a war with Russia, dude. I don't want that.
You know, here's what
your
I
own
mean.
Watergate.
There's a number of things that bother me about Bill Gates, but one of the preeminent things is he's buying all this land.
Yeah.
Why can't he put a call center? You know, on one of those acres. I mean, if he just spent a little of his money and made a call center in
Yeah.
Idaho.
Or have the dudes like hoeing all the strawberries, the Bluetooth, and they could do two at once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
but not Billy. He's got because I'm a writer and I rely on Microsoft Word, unfortunately.
Dude,
and I had some problems with it about 6 months ago, and I desperately tried to talk to humans.
Yeah.
Can you find your Word documents that you save on the OneDrive? If I save anything on OneDrive, I can't find it. I don't know where it is on my computer. Sorry, this is we don't have to talk about.
No. Well, I mean, I can try to give you. I can try to give you some tips.
I can't find the file afterwards. I'm stumped. I'm currently stumped. I try to
You
send.
lost your files.
I just try to like they're there, but then I try to email them to someone as an attachment, and it's just like, where is it? I'm
You
like,
need
I
a call
don't know.
center.
I do.
You desperately need
You got to
a call
let
center.
the engines into your computer, and they'll just start.
Yeah, they'll get it.
They'll get in there. Which I don't know how I even got in there. That was kind of nuts. I was like, what? Get out of my fucking mouse.
I mean, Gates wasn't making enough money selling Microsoft Word. Now we have to rent it, and then
Yeah, the suite.
there's no call center. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that might be his most, honestly, out of everything he's accused of, that might be the worst.
Was he ever accused of laying with ladies at Epstein's?
He's been outed that way.
Yeah.
not with Epstein, but with some other scenarios.
Okay.
But if he's been outed in other scenarios, I mean, why wouldn't?
Yeah.
he
Why
be?
wouldn't he do
Yeah.
it?
Then his wife was the one who like blasted him on the Epstein stuff
Actually,
Which is a good God.
according to the media, she left him
because of it.
because of the Epstein stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he
who
and
knows,
Epstein
yeah.
went back to the 1990s.
Damn.
Instead of 2011. There's so much bullshit that's been manufactured about Epstein and so much salacious dirt. It's really unfortunate. You've got a guy that trafficked children for 25 years, and our media, no one in the mainstream media has called for any justice for any of those victims.
No.
yeah,
that's-
well, it became right wing to even care about it.
That's been that's
yeah,
not for
that's
sure.
what happened. If you
that
care
became
about it,
also
you're right-wing.
that's a big thing we talk about a lot on this. Is like we don't do anything about it. The only thing you can do with Epstein is just on a podcast be like, "The fuck?
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, true.
They killed him. We knew they were gonna kill him,
Yeah.
and he trafficked kids, and no one. Yeah, that's as far as we get.
There's a couple of things with Epstein that people just don't know. Okay, 'cause there's the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund that where a lot of Epstein's money went, and it 225 victims applied for money. 150 were given. 150 were given money, and 8 decided not to take the deal. So ultimately, 142 were given money.
Damn. Can you
Well-
imagine being cheap with that money?
But think of all the girls that he trafficked, and only 225 were come
Yeah.
forward. But there's a couple other things. If you take any money from that fund, you've got to sign an NDA.
Oh.
Where you cannot name any of the perpetrators. And also, I know 2 psychologists, and one of them is very eminent. She's in the world of psychology, she's quite the superstar. She's counseled a woman, and then another psychologist is counseled a woman. They were under 10 years old when they were trafficked by Epstein. And one actually described Epstein's home and then talked about a park that was by his house and a number of things. And she was under 10 years old. And then I know of one other, I mean, these 2 psychologists I know pretty well, but then I know of another account too that I've been told of another account from someone who's, I think, legitimate, but I just haven't been able to corroborate it. So you've got the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund is a huge cover-up tool.
Damn.
It's being used to do what the government can't, to get these girls to shut up. And you've got to, and according to the government and the mainstream media, the youngest Epstein victim was 14 years old. So if you're going to apply for that fund and you're younger than 14, they're not going to give you any money. And we have no idea of how it works. We have no idea what the criteria is. It's behind it's in a black hole, essentially.
It's weird that they're not. Why would it's not weird. We know why, but it's clear it's a cover up. They're not being open about anything. This should all be like you said. You filed for Freedom of Information Act and all that. This should be public, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like, what's the point of being like we can't tell anyone what
Pretty
happened?
useful to know, in
Yeah.
terms of like voting for politicians.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, you raped a
Yeah,
kid.
did he rape a kid?
Yeah, you're out, dude.
We can't vote for you.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called The Franklin Scandal, which is basically Epstein is a carbon copy of the Franklin
Yeah.
Scandal. It was about a child trafficking network. We talked about that the first time I was on your show. And this time around, I mean, I was on to Epstein in 2012, and I got his black book in 2012,
Yeah.
and I ultimately published it. Gawker helped me publish it in 2015, but it took me 3 years to get that book published. It's kind of interesting. Once the book was, nobody wanted to touch the book.
Yeah.
And but once the book was published, the floodgates opened on the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
And I started an organization, a 501c3 called Epstein Justice. And what we're trying to do is to get a commission formed to actually look at the perpetrators. We want the perpetrators to be accountable, and we want to know why the government is covering up child trafficking. We have 2 simple objectives. We want the perpetrators prosecuted, and we want the government to tell us why it's covering up child trafficking.
Yeah, like why did they seal the original case when he got busted the first time? That all got sealed, didn't it? The very first case way back
Florida.
when.
A lot of that was sealed. I mean, I was able to get a lot of documents
Really?
from the police and also the feds. They're floating around out there. I mean, the feds when Epstein was originally busted. The Palm Beach Police Department started investigating in 2006, and then about a year later, they they were going to arrest Epstein on 5 counts of child abuse, and they knew they had statements from 5 minors, but they knew of 17 others. So there were 22 minors there, and then that case got taken away from them, and it was put into a grand jury. And how grand juries work is a special prosecutor is chosen for a grand jury, and he's the one that presents evidence to the grand jurors who they're just regular citizens that have shown up for jury duty. And so grand juries have been notoriously easy to hijack because you just show them the evidence that you want to show them. So although And the special prosecutor for the Florida grand jury, Barry Kirshner, he called one victim and skewered her, even though he knew about 22, even though law enforcement. Now, when it went to the feds, they had a list, and I've got that list of over 30 victims, and they didn't indict Epstein on 1 count of child abuse.
Jesus.
And it's interesting, a lot of your listeners might know this, but Alexander Acosta was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida. And he was asked, he became Trump's labor secretary. And when the Trump administration was vetting him, they asked him why he went so light on Epstein. And he said, I was told that Epstein was intelligence and it was above my pay grade. He actually said that, and he's never denied saying that.
What?
Yeah, he said that.
Shit. That's
So
crazy.
Unfortunately, there's a rogue element of our intelligence that blackmails people. And it happened in Watergate, it happened in the Franklin scandal, and then it happened with Confessions of a DC Madam. So this is actually, Watergate's actually my 3rd book on CIA sexual blackmail. And I don't really want to write another one at this point. I mean, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start writing about fishing.
That'd be nice.
Fishing and picnics.
Fantasy, a nice like fantasy novel would be nice.
I think my mind is probably too dark for that, but given what I've exposed it to the last, I've been at this for 22 years, so
Yeah.
it's been kind of a slog. But Epstein justice, every American knows that something is wrong with the Epstein case.
Yeah.
There's 3. If you've got a pathology, there's 3 ways. There's 3 phases. There's awareness, there's acceptance, there's action. And now we're at the point where Americans have to accept that the government covered this up. And then at that point, and that's a jumping off point for action.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, nobody believed that he could. I think you got to be pretty entrenched in like the TV news to be like, no, the police were going to arrest him and penalize him, and then he killed himself. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He did pick a convenient time to kill himself.
True.
Yeah.
I
And the guards left and the cameras turned off.
And he got depressed, and he's like,
And he
what's
got
the
sad.
point? What the fuck's
He missed the guards.
and then his serial killer cellmate was taken out,
Yeah.
and
Damn, he had a cellmate? I didn't even know that.
what's that?
He was bunking up with the guy?
Yeah, with the guy that had killed multiple people. I think maybe the Bureau of Prisons was hoping that.
Yeah, that guy would get it done.
I mean, they're in pretty close. You're in pretty close proximity with with a multiple killer. You know, multiple.
They're probably shaking his cage, rattling his cage,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get every day at lunch, be like, yeah, fuck you, pussy. You won't do it. You
fucking
won't
kill
fucking
anyone."
kill anyone ever again. You're soft, bitch. Here, take this knife.
That's crazy. Yeah, he was there with a serial killer.
It's this guy was a former police officer who'd killed some people.
Yeah, those
don't know if
guys
you-
go rogue, dude.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you could call him a serial. I don't know. A serial killer. I think he killed
He
like
was a
three
killer.
people.
Yeah, he was a
We
killer.
got one here right now in
Yes.
Austin.
In
Heard
Austin,
about the
really?
Austin killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they found 2 bodies like last week.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares because apparently it's gay guys. So everyone's going, it doesn't matter.
They suspect he's gay because he only kills like young adult males
Oh,
that
okay.
leave like bars on Rainy Street.
And that's where you frequent.
That's not where I frequent.
Careful, Sean.
Sean, be
I'll
careful.
catch him.
You might catch him. You might, yeah, with
I'll
your
lure
wrestling
him
background.
in, yeah, and I'll catch
Did you
him.
ever hear about the
Pin his
Bring
lake?
him to justice.
My friend was telling me this weekend there's a lake in somewhere in Georgia called like not Rainier, some sort of lake where apparently it had something to do with like the slave trade back in the day and blah blah blah. But all these like younger kids will be partying on the lake and they just go under. And they'll ask their friends like, was your friend like hammered? Like, nah, I look fine. So there's the local lore that like there's these ghosts of slaves that are just like pulling down white partiers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, I heard about that. I was like, damn, that's so scary.
That's very scary.
Like ghosts
Get
of
your ass down. Get your ass down, motherfucker.
Better work on your breaststroke.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Now, this is racist, but you'd think you'd be able to outswim. You think that's white's territory. You go, oh, we're in the water now, dude.
You just get
You've entered the white's domain.
You've had your 5th white claw. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go.
here, boy.
A ghoul.
You're on a paddleboard. You're like, get off me.
Oh, shit.
My
Either way.
first major investigation was into a
I
serial
thought you
killer.
liked that.
I love it.
My first major investigation was in. I'm from Minneapolis, and I
Sure.
wrote for the Weekly, and there was a crazy woman who she ran an organization called Whisper, and she tried to mainstream prostitutes, get them out of the life. But she was so crazy that it was hard to listen to her, and she was saying that there's serial killer killing prostitutes, but nobody really listened to her because she was so crazy. And then I decided, well, I'm going to look into this, and I was able to find, I think it was like 46 women, mostly prostitutes, that have been stabbed, strangled, or beaten to death in the previous 8 years. Now, law enforcement had denied that there was a serial killer, but then I showed them my list, which was really difficult to put together.
Yeah.
I showed them my list and I said, I went to the Minneapolis Police Department. I went to the St. Paul Police. I said, you guys really want to say that there's no serial killer? And then they kind of copped to it, but then it was a task force was formed.
Oh, wow. Did they ever get the guy?
And the way that article, no, and they're really hard to catch
Yeah.
if they're good. I mean, if they're stupid, you can get them
Yeah.
after one or two.
True, yeah.
But if they're Ted Bundy or someone,
Was Dahmer in Minneapolis?
he was in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. He's in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, I can remember I was at this really nice little island in Lake Superior called Madeline Island, and the guys that I was staying with, they don't have like televisions or radios or anything. I mean, it's pretty rustic, and it's really cool to do a lot of it. There's berry picking and fishing, all kinds of stuff.
It's awesome. Berry picking's nice. I did it this year. It's very relaxing. Pick blueberries. It was fantastic.
It's
Ate so many.
we were definitely picking blueberries,
That's nice.
It was awesome.
and I came back to civilization, and I stopped off at a diner, and that's when Jeffrey Dahmer had been outed, and I was reading the newspaper, and I thought to myself, welcome back to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He's a cannibal.
But the FBI says that there's like 50 of them at any given time in the United States.
50 serial killers kicking around?
But I think that it's probably closer to 200.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of interesting. Our culture, I mean, serial killers are in all cultures, but our culture seems to mass produce them more than other countries.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Well, what would be your insights into that?
About why we have more serial killers?
Yeah.
Because we're number one.
True. We're the best.
We're
Yeah,
the
we
best
are
at
the
literally
best.
everything. School shooters.
Yeah, we are the best.
We're number one.
Do we? So we definitely have the most serial. Like how far is our lead?
I think Japan covers them up. I think Asia covers them up and says, no, there's no murders here.
Yeah.
I think we got quite the head start. If it's a 50-yard
We
dash,
celebrate ours. They hide theirs.
it's there was
Russia gets after it, don't they? I think there's a lot
there was
of
that
Russian
Russian
boys.
Chikatilo who
Yeah.
killed in excess of like 100 people.
The guy here is, and he's putting them all in Lady Bird. He puts all the bodies in the same spot.
Really, I mean that
Yeah, the
should.
cops just go and let's set up let's get some fucking
True.
trail cams out there.
Yeah.
It's not that you guys don't even have to wait outside. Just put a camera up.
Yeah. Right by the lake.
Go, who's dumping sweet gardinis into the Lady Bird lake?
He's looking at the camera.
Party boys. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. They got me.
Yeah, that
So
shit creeps me out.
has
man.
he? You would think that if they knew where he's dumping them,
You would think
that would be
it'd be kind of easy.
put a camera there and.
What is it?
The United States apparently has had 3,615 total serial killers. Second place is Russia with 196.
We're the
Damn.
best.
That's quite a lead. Yeah.
I think that also could do with
be
law enforcement here.
Catching.
At least investigating. I think if you're, and this is starting in what, like the 60s, 70s is when serial killers started getting rowdy.
Yeah, I mean they were happening before then, but
Yeah. But I mean,
But the-
like getting caught
yeah.
and being like in the news. We had media and people looking out for it.
We have more
You could be in the middle of fucking Russia killing people. No one would ever. You go village to village. They go, yeah, that guy's gone.
Chikatilo was doing that though. The
Yeah.
Russian serial killer.
But
Yeah.
we have more
No,
like
it's-
shooters. We have more. I guess that's
So,
because
yeah.
we have all them guns.
But the guns thing. What's interesting is Canada has pretty much the same amount of guns per capita as the U.S.
Really?
and they're not shooting people like we shoot people.
That's interesting. I wonder what the hell it is. Red food coloring, red food dye. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is just.
Too much
I
MTV.
think it's
What's your theory?
Too much Beavis and Butthead.
True.
South Park. And Marilyn Manson.
people eating McDonald's.
Yeah, I was about to say tuna
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets. I was just thinking the same thing.
You do go nuts if you have nuggets.
Dipping your fries into a frosty and you're just,
You go, I should kill that bitch.
My,
This
My-
reminds me of a knife into a hooker.
my theory on McDonald's, it's all made out of the same substance. It's just at different temperatures. Now, I could be wrong. It's Soylent Green. I mean, I should add that too. Would your generation know what Soylent Green is?
I've heard of it. It was that one-stop shop. Like you could just drink the shake and it replaced food, basically.
No, actually, it was a movie where
Oh.
the population had kind of escalated and they were recycling people. Vis-a-vis lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
They have a thing called Soylent that I swear to God it's like a meal replacement.
It was a Charlton Heston movie, actually.
It's kind of fucked up. They named their shake after that.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It was before he became president of the NRA.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That is a mystery to ponder. Why would we have the most serial killers? Our rough competitive edge.
I bet we have the most of literally everything.
True. The best.
I bet we have the most pedophiles. I bet we got it on lock. Everything. Best slam dunks. Most slam dunks.
True. Everyone in their own way has to aspire to greatness.
You gotta do something crazy.
It's true.
Well, what's interesting is the United States, I think, is the most spiritual country and the most material country. There's more spiritual options here than I think anywhere else. But yet there's also a rampant materialism.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe all that materialism begets that. You know, you go, why do I need all this shit? I need to find something.
Well, your materialism begot me starting a podcast. So it's kind of interesting. I'm a really bad speller. I was really dyslexic as a kid, and I can't really spell. If it wasn't for spell check, there's no way I could have been a professional writer. So I was at a buddy's place, and he had one of those Macs, and he put spell check on, and he said, and I watched the spell check correct all the words, and I thought, I got to get one of those. So I got a Mac, and then I moved to New York and I'd covered this conference on genetic engineering. And I was writing an article about telomeres. They're like the egglets on the end of your chromosome. And every time a cell divides, the telomere shortens, and that's what determines your obsolescence. So I plugged telomere into her search engine. This was even before Google. And then there was all these hits on telomeres, and I got a bunch of information about it, and I was able to write the article. But as soon as I saw those hits on telomeres, I said, I got to get one of those. That kind of was a Freudian. And then I did your and then I did your podcast, and you told me how much money you make, and I said, I got to get one of those.
Saw our tits.
You saw our sweet tits.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get some closing arguments here. What are you thinking about? What do you want to close on? Watergate, Epstein,
Future of the country.
I would say your listeners go to Epstein Justice and check us out. And, it'd be helpful if you bought my Watergate book. Actually, it'd be helpful if you bought any of my books. And it's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Awesome.